Welcome everyone to the BigSin podcast. We're your hosts. My name's Sinji. This is Big Tone to my right.
Oh my god, he done fucked up.
Yeah, right.
Using my left on the out of the camera. You know what I mean? Say what's up, Tony.
This dude's already drunk. I'm just getting started. Okay.
To be fair,
What's happening, people?
we didn't all eat McDonald's before we started drinking. And on the first episode, we have our first guest. Yes, award-winning artist Shawn Rock.
Make some noise! Oh, like these drink champs and shit. My bad.
Yeah.
This
What
bougie
up,
ass
what
nigga
up?
would not come on unless we brought some Hennessy on.
Look, you see it, right? I say, yeah, I'll do your first episode, but you gotta pay me right here.
Product placement.
I should have put my name on it.
Hennessy Rock.
Hennessy Rock, bro.
I like that. I
Yo,
like that.
Hen Rock.
I'm down with
Hen
it.
Rock. I
Let's
should
do
have
it.
put Hen Rock on that shit.
Let's add some flavoring, change the name.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me here, man. What y'all up to, man?
Couldn't do the first one. Couldn't do a first music themed episode
Yes, sir.
without a good friend, close buddy. Just put out a song, Kingpin of the Inkpin. But before we get to that, what was your journey to being a rapper?
It started out as a teenager. My mom, she wrote poetry. A lot of people don't know this because she don't tell nobody. But she started out writing poetry, and she actually taught me how to write poetry. So I was good at writing poems and like short stories for like school plays and shit. So then I remember my first hip hop tape that I remember was the first tape I actually bought. Now I've heard hip hop before, but the first tape I actually bought, and this is funny because I know this is one of Big Tone's favorite artists, is Ice Cube, The Predator.
Ooh.
That album, The Predator. And I remember playing, I love the song Wicked. Wicked, I get wicked, wicked, and I thought it was I thought it, like the energy was crazy. It just made me want to get hyped. Long story short, my mom ripped the shit up because she heard it. You know, I was like a preteen maybe. I forget what age I was.
Boy, what the hell you listening to?
Oh yeah, all that. Biggie, she took all my shit. Like I had to play my shit when she wasn't home, and she found it anyway. But long story short, so I started writing to the beats of the music I was listening to. So it started converting over to songs. But poetry was really what started in my mom's. Give credit to her.
You know what? It's a good way to start it because like a lot of rapping is now, well, not nowadays. Now it's just like whatever sounds hot, mumbling away. But a lot of good old school rapping was finding the lyrical way to make words and put them together where like everything you were saying made sense and it flowed together in a rhyme. And like a lot of that is poetry.
It was stories.
Just you know what I mean?
Stories. Now, you know, and I'm not knocking none of the new shit, but it's not really stories anymore. It's just shit. Oh, you are? I'm not gonna do it because I don't know how far this is gonna go out. And I'm an artist. I don't want no unnecessary hate towards me, so I'm not gonna. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of motherfuckers I can't stand some of this shit, but we'll get into that later. But it was stories. So, like you said, the story, it had a meaning, it had content, it had texture, it had a, you know, like you write a book, it had a beginning, middle, and end in a couple minutes.
In case this goes far, I want people to hear this. I got a problem where rap is headed.
Shit.
Listen.
I'm about to get banned from YouTube or the pod tube, whatever the fuck it is.
A lot of these cats are young, bro, and like I'm assuming they grew up on the music we grew up on, you know, Ice Cube, NWA. Nah, you don't think so?
You
don't think so?
No, it's no.
But
way.
they've heard it.
No, not all of them. There's no fucking way that every young rapper grew up the same way we grew up, because half of them would feel like you felt.
All right, well, I'm saying to any new cat that possibly hears this, listen to Ice Cube, listen to NWA, listen to any.
Listen to this ask your parents. Go to your parents and ask them. Let me listen to some of the rap from
Biggie.
If you want to start in the 80s, you can start in the 80s, but go from at least the 90s up to the early 2000s at least.
Shit, I'll give you some names. Black Moon, Tribe Called Quest.
Shit, leaders of the new school.
Yeah, Drew the Damager. The Far Side.
KRS.
I can keep going on and on, man.
Go back.
You know, not to cut you off. You know what the fucking problem is? A lot of them don't know because the parents don't. You gotta. It's like a family history, right? Your kids won't know shit about your past unless you hand it to them, right? You gotta feed
For sure.
it to them. So the parents, they keeping this shit to themselves, right? They don't feed it to the kids. So whatever's hot on the radio, the kids gravitate to. They don't know anything else. Like my kids, right? My oldest son, anyway. He likes all the new shit. That's cool because that's your age bracket.
But you fucks with your shit, right?
Because I play it and he listens to it. If he doesn't listen to it, he will never know. You know, he fucks with my shit, yeah, but I'm talking like shit that I grew up on.
But Biggie,
Yeah,
Tupac,
he knows them. He knows about them. So you gotta educate them when they get to the right age group, because you know some of this shit was wild back in our day. But you gotta educate them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Go back, listen to where the roots of hip hop started.
Yeah,
You'll appreciate it so much more. The art form, the wordplay. You might even want to put out more old school music. You never know, man.
You know who I give mad credit to, who kind of keeps some of that old hip hop feeling
Shawn
alive?
Rock?
Yeah, besides me. Like, and I'm talking like hip hop think is just music, but it's whole culture, right? Breakdancing,
Yeah.
art, everything. You know that motherfucker Chris Brown? If you watch his video, he still has graffiti. He still has breaking in some form of his dance routine. Even though he's R&B, but he's keeping
Chris Brown.
Even his clothes, some of his shit's retro. You know what I'm saying?
Chris Brown, man.
He's a good dude.
That man went
Never
to
met
jail.
him before, but he's a good dude.
That man went to jail. He came out a thug, bro.
Yeah.
He came out a thug, bro. White hair and all. White hair, tattoos. He came out trying to rap, bro.
Yeah.
Going back to the point where, you know.
Long story short, we got cut off. Lost some material. It's alright. We didn't get it too much on.
Nah, we got some more.
We got some more. We're fresh. We got a lot of content coming your way. We're gonna get into this song that Shawn put out. I'm gonna move this cursor just in case this guy next to me hits the mouse again.
Allegedly.
Kingpin of the Inkpin. We're gonna give it a listen to, then we're gonna rack.
Let's go.
State versus Shawn Rock. Docket number DL 5-613.
Wrong.
Kingpin.
The king is here, niggas. Go ahead, throw down your rose petals. One bar will light up a room. Fuck a charming bezel, slow retarded, short bus captain. A nigga been special. My words like a free bass hit. That's a higher level. Yes, I'm guilty, your honor. No need for trial. I supplied the world with uncut drugs. I call it style. So go ahead and bang the gavel. I'm pumping through every avenue. I'm moving digital dope. My co-defendant must be Apple. And no regrets for these crimes that I've committed. I made the block hot while y'all niggas was looking frigid. I'm a junkie for the game. I admit it, I'm addicted. Every verse that I disperse keeps the bins custom kitted. In my demise, I eat rappers alive like they was commissary. I'm plugged up, no drop season. My workload is heavy. Dope engineer for the connect. The evil's necessary. Indicted on 16 counts. My bars are legendary. Yes, I be the kingpin of the ink pen. I flood the game, never a drought. Guilty as him. I move bars like keys from every hood to overseas. Tip the scale to triple beam and watch these haters turn to fiends. Yes, I be the kingpin of the ink pen. I flood the game, never a drought. Guilty as him. I move bars like keys from every hood to overseas. Tip the scale to triple beam and watch these haters turn to fiends. My cell is a soundproof booth. Don't let me loose. Under oath, I take the RICO charge. I am the truth. I'm serving back-to-back sentences. My facts are too strenuous. They nodding from the baseline. My pen hit like syringes. Fuck it, let me finish this. Every rhyme is organized crime. Look me up. The docket number says I've been this shit. Everywhere I go, I see I'm lurking. That be one time. I'm Pablo with the punchlines. I flood it like it's crunch time. The beat drops, I turn El Chapo. I'm so bravado. Fuck the weak, be the motto. Scratch them off just like the lotto. My diva's a new Griselda. Put a hit on any fella. Drop the beat, take a sniff. That's a raw acapella. Come get your fix. Hip hop zombies and street dwellers. When I die, double rain from the sky. No umbrella. I'm cool as fine leather. Cuban links kissing a sweater. Kingpin in the ink pen. You niggas should know better. Yes, I be the kingpin of the ink pen. I flood the game, never a drought. Guilty as him. I move bars like keys from every hood to overseas. Tip the scale to triple beam and watch these haters turn to fiends. Yes, I be the kingpin of the ink pen. I flood the game, never a drought. Guilty as him. I move bars like keys from every hood to overseas. Tip the scale to triple beam and watch these haters turn to fiends.
Yes, sir. Round of applause for that. That was dope. A nigga's nice.
Bro.
And see, personally, I love songs like this. Like Nas did it when he rapped like he was a gun. When Common did it, I used to love her. Where Her You was hip hop. I've always liked songs like that. Now, I know some of you niggas might say, oh, he wasn't bopping his head. Bro, when I listen to music, I like to feel the music. So I'm listening. And a lot of times when people make songs like this, it go over the top of their head. And I know for me, because sometimes I do have a short attention span, my son could be talking about his day and I'm already thinking about what I'm going to be eating tomorrow. So sometimes a lot of the head bobbing and stuff, it kind of distracts me. So I got to immerse myself into something like that. So I don't want nothing flying over the top of my head. Now, with all that being said, what inspired you to write that?
The feeling of, as a self-artist, every artist thinks they're great, right? Even if you know you suck, you're not going to tell yourself that. You're always going to be like, yo, I'm the hottest, I'm the best, I'm the city.
And you got to put that into the world.
City's greatest, right? So now everybody, the GOAT, the greatest of all times, I'm not to that level. So I'm like, all right, well, what term can I use to say that I'm here? Like, I know I'm nice. I'm taking the crown. Like, the king, all right, that's... So, now, I'm a fan of, like, drug dealer stories from the 80s, early 90s, you know what I'm saying? It was always kingpin. He's a kingpin. Sometimes, like we all like drama, right? You root for the villain, right?
Always.
So, I'm like, all right, well, kingpin. All right, cool. So, I'm a kingpin, but I don't sell drugs, right? So, how can I flip this shit? I write. Kingpin of the ink pen. It came to me, right? So I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of dope, right? So then, once I got the title, the lyrics was kind of tricky because it's like, all right, well, you never sold drugs, so how can you make this be about lyrics, but in a drug dealer's point of view or a kingpin's point of view of some kind of illegal activity, right? So when I'm writing it, I'm like, all right, so if you listen to a certain shit, I had to flip, like I told y'all earlier when I first played the early versions of the song. When you're in the drug game, right, you have a network of workers that move the product for you, right? So that's your distribution. So it was easy for me to say, all right, well, how do I move my product? Nowadays, it's digital. Oh, okay, I'm moving digital dope, because dope is a drug. My music, hopefully, is a drug to get people addicted. So I'm moving digital dope. My co-defendant, which is the person who does the crime with you, must be Apple, meaning iTunes. You know what I'm saying? I could have said something else, but it rhymed. You know what I'm saying? Apple, it was easy. But yeah, man, I was just like, it's funny. People ask me all the time, how do you think of that shit? And it's hard to explain because I've been doing it for so long. Some of this shit, it just comes to you.
It's got to come to you sometimes. It's got to come to you naturally.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird. I don't know. I can't explain it.
And I'll tell you when I feel a song and like I'm like, yo, that's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
This one is one of those, like, Cooler Than Most, this one's gonna be a hit. And this is one of those songs that the more you listen to, the more you appreciate the metaphoric wordplay between the two different worlds. Being a rapper and being a drug dealer, a kingpin, if you will, obviously two different worlds, but the way they collide in this song, it's good wordplay.
And even... But it's two different worlds, but they all ran together.
Yeah.
Like, even back, I read books too, and I'm reading some of the old Kingpin books, and growing up, we were inspired by what we saw on TV, what the rappers were wearing, right? But the rappers weren't making money like that back in the day. So the rappers were influenced by the drug dealers, who was getting all the hot shit, the cars, the big-ass chains. And a lot of rappers actually borrowed some of the jewelry for their videos from some of the drug dealers, the kingpins back in the day. I never knew that. You wouldn't know that unless they told you. Mm-hmm. So, like we said, I was always influenced by hearing those stories of the villain, even though some of them ended death, jail. Some are out and trying to, rebuild their life. But it's still a fascinating story to see how a nigga can go from nothing. Yeah, we know drugs is bad, but they were young. They were like, some of these niggas like 18, 19 getting it. Like, like smart. They were businessmen. Just so I was like, all right, like he asked me what influence. I was like, yo, that's an easy one right there. This is my drug. This is what I hustle. I hustle music. And so it was an easy flip. So I had fun making that shit, man.
For real.
You know what? That actually reminds me of, and this might fly over your head because you young.
Yeah, why we always throwing my age in the mix,
I'm
bro?
young too. I'm young too. Music, young. I'm young.
The Lost Boys, Legal Drug Money.
Over my head.
Now, if you listen to that album,
Yeah.
on one of the skits, we was talking, what the hell's her name? Talking to the lady, I want to say her name was Big Love or Big L or something like that from BET.
Big Les.
Yeah, Big Les.
Big Les, yeah.
Mr. Cheek said, we not out here selling drugs no more. We getting that legal drug money. Music is a drug. That's what we selling.
That's dope.
When I first listened to that album, I was probably like 96, 97. My dad and my stepmom used to bang that hard. Remember, he had that IROC Z28.
Classic.
He'd be racing dudes all through Atlantic City, banging that album hard. Every time I heard that skit, for some reason, it made sense to me. Like it just always hit me in a weird way. I can't really explain it, but the same thing with Kingpin of the Inkpen. And not only that, Kingpin of the Inkpen, completely original. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Completely original.
As far as I know, available on Google Play. Shameless plug, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
but
man.
it's completely original,
Yeah, it's just something different, man. And like he said, you'll get it if you just listen to it over and over again, and hopefully it doesn't influence any of the young kids to go out and try to be a kingpin of drugs.
It's a metaphor, folks.
I'm not promoting drugs, but it's crazy because I had this conversation with Tony before. And I was like, and anybody who watches any of these Netflix shows, anything, before they get to the bad ending of the villain, you're almost inspired to like, damn, they're getting it like that. Man, I wonder what that life, you know what I mean? Before they get to I'm talking about the high of it, before the low, right? So you're watching the high and it's like, yo, these niggas got minks. Fucking
all they have to do is not get caught.
5 houses, 8 cars, all the bitches, fucking the jewelry, everything. Some of them are smart. Now, there's some kingpins I know that's doing all right now. They got out the game. They did their time. Some didn't do time. Some got out before they got caught. But it's like, yo, you almost inspired to want to be that, but you know how it's going to end, right? So I told Tony, I was like, yo, growing up, right, I knew some of the stories, but I knew I could never sell drugs to that level because I like too much nice shit. They did too, and they was flashy. I'm flashy. Like I'll get myself caught. Like I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
So like music is the legal hustle for me. So fuck it, Kingpin and the Inkpen. There it is.
And this could be different for both of you, but like I really appreciate music. Like it's no secret to you too. Eminem's like my favorite artist.
Yeah, Eminem's raw.
Up there.
Raw.
What I love about Eminem is he can put out a song that sounds dope. And the more I listen to it, the more I catch something I didn't catch the first time, and suddenly a lyric is completely different and still dope as hell. And that's something I got with Cooler Than Most from you.
Yeah.
That's something I get with Kingpin of the Inkpen, because I don't know much about the Kingpin life, you know what I mean?
But you
like,
might go watch some shit.
I might brush up on it, and like suddenly after I listen to it again,
hey,
this whole lyric changes to something completely different. I'm just like, yo, my nigga got that off, bro.
You'll get it. Yeah.
It sounds dope. And then once you understand it, you appreciate it more. And I love music where you can go back and you'll find a new reason to love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, see, when I was a kid, man, now my parents didn't buy me CDs and cassettes like that. Actually, the first cassette I ever owned, and I tricked my aunt into buying it for me, it was Ice-T's Home Invasion. We found that down in, we was in South Carolina for the summer. This is back in 96. South Carolina. We on this dirt fucking road. We go up to this gas station. Now, mind you, I've always known who Ice-T was. Ice-T's an OG on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I could even say he might even be in my top 5. He ain't the greatest rapper. He'll tell you that from straight up. He ain't the greatest rapper in the world.
But he made some powerful shit.
He makes some powerful shit. So, we go in the store. I'm looking on the tape rack. I'm like, yo, Ice-T? and I was captivated by the cover. If I can remember, it's like this little white boy with the headphones looking down at something, and then you had like it was like a smoke image of Ice-T in the back.
Right.
Captivated by that. Now, as soon as we got my aunt's car, we threw the tape in. I'm reading through the entire book. Now, mind you, she took the tape out and threw it in the back seat immediately when she heard it.
Because that was fucking song.
Yeah, because that was a pretty raw album. Matter of fact, the intro, I don't think we made it past a minute. She took the tape out, threw it in the back. I can't believe you made me buy this junk.
Motherfuck, bitch, ho. Oh, shit. Take that out. Killing cops. All that shit.
But back then, you know, we'd take the books out and we would read.
Yeah, I missed that shit. I missed that shit.
And then, you know something crazy? When I was in 7th grade, actually I was living in Pleasantville at the time, that's when I found oolah.com. Now, no one knows what oolah.com was.
You fucked me up with that one.
They had,
Oh, no.
it was a website with lyrics.
Okay.
Like you could click on someone's name, and as long as they had that album or the database, you could find the lyrics.
Oh, shit.
So even back then, I'd print out everybody, even people that were coming out at the time, even if I knew the song word for word, I'm printing out the lyrics because I want to read through everything. That's just what I used to do back in the day. To me, that was fun.
That's crazy, yo. I miss those days.
Yeah,
with
man.
the lyrics, yeah, I miss that.
Technology's taking over, man.
It's crazy, yo. It's easier, but it also makes you a little, no offense to anybody, but it also makes you a little dumber. It makes you lazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of getting up and turning the fucking remote control, you can talk to the TV. You can talk to the remote control now.
Yeah, how many times do you see someone just talk to their phone and do something for them?
Yeah, I do it. Watch everything. It's just crazy. Yo,
call Shawn.
I remember back in the day, before beepers, before cell phone. Well, cell phones was out, but as a kid, you wasn't getting it like my kids got it now. You had to wait.
It was too much, yeah.
Yo, nigga, you had to. I can remember a time when I remembered at least 10 phone numbers in the case of an emergency when I wasn't home. Bitch, I remember mine's, work, maybe my wife's. I always fuck up one of the digits though, cause it's so easy to just call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Back in the day, bitch, what's Steven them number? Oh, 609-55. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I
Crazy.
got a phone when I did was because one day, because my mom worked, we had to go to the after school program. It's just less time
I know
to be
about
home
that
alone.
shit. I
Yeah.
know about that shit too.
Single mom, you know. Had to go after school program. I had 2 sisters I basically had to watch while she was at work. One was at the after school program. One was not. And I didn't know where she was. So, like, at the time, I lived in Newark, New Jersey. Seth Gordon, what was considered to everyone else the worst hood in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking around this hood everywhere up and down. I have no way to contact my mom. I have no way to find out where my sister is. And, you know, we found her eventually. I used my best friend's phone at the time to call my mom. I don't even know how I knew her work number. But I call her and she's like, you know what? You need a phone. I'm like, damn straight I need a phone.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo.
My dad actually got my first cell phone after I started driving.
Mm.
He was, some girl actually in my math class was like, why don't you have a phone? I was like, well, I'd rather have my car instead of the phone. She was like, well, what happens if you crash it? Who you gonna call? How you gonna get a hold of somebody?
Ghostbusters.
So,
Let's move that away from me.
that nigga, though, I was about to say, this nigga, he look like a nigga who need another drink, bro.
I do, yo.
Apparently not.
Pour
This
some,
nigga's
bro.
over here yelling out Ghostbusters.
Pour
You
some.
want some ice on that shit?
Just leave it.
Oh, shit, yo, this nigga, he ain't going nowhere tonight. Hope he ain't got no plans.
Do not have any plans.
I ain't
Maybe
gonna-
a
I
little
ain't- I
recording.
ain't gonna kill you. I'm gonna let you baby it, yo. Cause I know what this shit'll do to a nigga who don't drink it that much.
Yo.
I know what it did to me. It had me squealing like a damn child.
That nigga, he gonna be in his room petting the cat like, oh, I love you, Lucy.
Now, on... that was close. That was close to the name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah. His name
So
was
his name
Luffy.
is Tracy? Oh, Luffy.
Luffy.
Oh, it's a nigga bitch. I mean, a nigga cat.
A nigga bitch.
Nigga bitch.
It's a nigga bitch.
It's a cat. I'm sorry. Anytime I hear a cat, I automatically think female because
Yo,
of pussy.
legit. Every time, it's a dog too. Every time I see a dog, like, oh, what's her name? His? Oh, my bad.
Right? No, dog, I can see the ball. I can see the, you know what I'm saying?
But like
for
when I
some
hear
reason,
about it, when
a
I hear
cat-
about it.
When I think of cat, I always go to female. Kitty cat, kitten. It just got a female fucking Swan, what's the word? Swans, what's the fucking word?
I don't even know.
Feng shui. About
Yeah, feng shui.
Swan shit. Swan shit.
Swan shit, right? So this nigga gonna be in bed petting a nigga bitch.
Yeah.
Wait, back it up. What's the cat's name?
Luffy.
What the fuck is that?
Listen. We're not gonna get too much into it.
You name your cat Luffy, bro?
Luffy. It's like a name from one of my favorite shows.
Nigga, it sounds like it's something you wash your ass with.
But don't worry about it, bro.
You ever get fucked up and call your cat Luffy by mistake?
No.
You ever grab him in the shower?
I don't even
start
call him by
rocking
his
him?
name, bro. That nigga don't listen. I don't even call him by his name anymore. I just call him an asshole.
He's different. That's
You
different.
gotta be different this time of
shit
day,
is
bro.
different.
It's hard to be different. But let's talk about our favorite artists, man. I already went on record saying mine since
I
Eminem.
got some shit about to start some trouble right now.
Let's do
Because
it.
I just heard you say this, right? Eminem, great, phenomenal artist. Now you said something that caught my attention. You was like, you listen to his shit, and granted, any good artist will make you listen to it over and over again and catch different shit.
100%.
But I've had this argument, and I also have heard people having this argument. Here's my question about Eminem, right?
Oh man, he's coming from a boy already.
You know what this was about? Listen, the Henny's talking to me, right?
All right, what's up?
Eminem. Yeah, that too. Does he say a lot of dope shit? Or does he say a lot of shit so fast and some of it's dope?
Now,
Is every lyric dope that you miss it? Oh, here's a better question. Is every lyric that he say, bar for bar, verse for verse, so dope that you miss it? Or are you missing it because he says a lot of shit fast? Right? It's like, I'm a writer, right? Let's just say 16 bars, right? That's 4 individual lines per section for one verse. In that sentence, I might say 8 words, then 10, right? Eminem can take one sentence, one bar. He might say 40 words, right? You see what I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So my question to you as an Eminem fan, does he say a lot of dope shit? Or does he say shit so fast that you don't even know if it's dope because he got so much shit jumping in, you got to go back. And everything might not be dope, but he might splash a couple dope things in there. Let's go.
the thing is with
Because he ain't
Eminem
better
is,
than Jay-Z, though. I'm just going, yeah,
Hey,
let's
man,
go.
I don't
Let's
know.
go.
I don't know, man. If you
I
ask
heard-
Jay-Z,
listen.
I've seen Jay-Z go on record saying he's one of the best. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say he's best. Yo, bias. I'm a fan
He's
of his.
one of the best.
One
yes,
of the
but
best.
Jay-Z and
Yes.
them say, listen,
I won't say
heard,
he's the
I
best.
heard Renegade too, bitch. I got my
Yo,
own personal feelings
love
about
Renegade.
that shit.
Love
I got
Renegade.
my own. So let's
Love
go.
Renegade.
First question. Does
First
he
question.
say everything dope or just a lot of shit so fast?
Everything he says is dope if you understand it. The thing about Eminem is he doesn't rap to be the hardest as like not to put everyone in a subcategory. When most black people rap, they're talking about the streets, they want pussy, they're talking about money, you know what I mean? Trying to getting one of those 3. You know what I mean? That's their style of rap. Eminem tries to bring his life, his experiences, and some normal things for the radio or for people to talk to listen to. And if you take every lyric and break it down, there is nothing that doesn't go with each other. Everything is intricately put together
Okay, so
to
he
make sense.
So he rhymes sentences well.
Yes, in a dope fashion, where you can hear it, it sounds good, it doesn't hit you, but when you know what it means,
Right.
it sounds so much better.
I will give a nigga credit. He tries his damnedest to rhyme something with orange.
Yeah, and he got off with it.
Yeah,
He got off with it. Not to stray off topic, we'll get into who you already went on record saying Jay-Z.
I got a few of them, but I just heard you say it, and I always had that argument because I've heard,
No, I won't go on saying that he's the best of all time.
'cause
People
he's
are open
not.
to people are open to their opinions.
'Cause he's
You know what
not.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
sorry.
just real quick, I want to mention he put out a new album, Music to Be Murdered By, right?
Inspired by the Alfred Hitchcock cover.
Yes.
That Carlos just heard today, by the way, so he don't even know if it's really
I heard
hot
over
or
the
not.
weekend.
He don't even know if it's really hot or not.
All 20 songs on.
Are you saying
album.
it's hot because it's Eminem? If it wasn't Eminem and another rapper was saying the same exact things, would it have the same hit in your heart?
I don't think some of the songs would have the same hit, but the message to, for example, what's it? Darkness. He has a song named Darkness. Put out a video when he put out the album. It speaks upon is it Massachusetts? The bombing? Massachusetts bombing?
Yeah, Boston.
27 Boston, yeah.
Boston, yeah.
Brings that up, and a lot of people, they just hear that lyric and think it's distasteful, unoriginal, he's trash, shouldn't be joking about things like that. But what people don't understand is if you don't listen to Eminem's lyrics, you won't hear the message behind
I
it.
don't know why people would be so surprised. Eminem has always been like that. He always go left.
And what they don't
that-
know
that-
is he raised, when the Massachusetts bomb happened, he raised $2 million for that.
But see, that's the thing. You'll never hear that, right?
No.
See, we live in the age of outrage, where the smallest thing has set somebody off, right?
It's
Like,
sensitive.
super sensitive. You know what I mean? Coming up, you had to have thick skin. We joan on each other all day. I'd be the first one to admit, when I was a kid, I was a little sensitive. But you know, I mean, I'm not advocating bullying or saying bullying is necessary, but some forms of bullying
It toughens you up.
kind of need, because you need to be tough. I mean, when we was coming up, the world was tough, but not as tough as these kids got it today. I mean, this world is crazy. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, you could walk outside. There's kids all over the place. You walk outside today, these parents ain't letting their kids outside. They already know what it is. You know, when I grew up in Ocean City, New Jersey, it's probably one of the safest places in America.
In New Jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could be out there 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got to worry about nothing. As long as I've been on this earth for 33 years. Ocean City's, I believe, had 2 murders since I've been alive. Some lady chopped her roommate up, and then some guy killed. Some guy
That's
killed.
some white shit, bro. That's some white shit, bro.
Yeah, they were white, by the way.
But what
Ocean City is a white
what he
city.
failed to say is they had 2 murders, but some of the weirdest, most gruesomest shit you probably ever heard. Like, I thought he was gonna say nigga just got caught in the
Yeah, just
drive-by.
shot or
And
something.
he said,
No,
chopped the nigga up.
Well, a couple dudes that I grew up with, I ain't gonna say no names, they were involved in a drive-by. Mexican got hit in the head, but he survived. We
What's
did.
up, Chapo's boy?
We did have a
Kingpin and
kid.
Aikman.
We did have a kidnapping where dude got tied up on the beach. This lady got taken out to Marmora. I'm not sure if she was raped or not, or she was just dumped.
That's crazy.
But you know, it's tough out here
The
for
world
these
is
kids.
fucked up, man.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about. I just told my wife the other day. She probably would never take a Lyft or Uber, but I told her, in the event that you have to, with all this sex trafficking, kidnapping and shit, I said, if you ever in the Uber or Lyft or a fucking cab, I don't give a fuck what it is, a friend's car or your friend's car, when you get in the back seat, always check the child safety lock.
Yep.
Now, but here's one thing I brought up before.
And Eminem is not the greatest all the time.
Oh, but before you go on, just to add on to that, right? So
To add on to Eminem's not the greatest?
No.
Yeah.
To add on to what you were just saying with his wife. Okay, so in 2016, I purchased my first gun. I bought me a Glock 17. Believe it's a standard issue police gun. Now that gun only fails if you fail to keep that gun clean and keep it lubricated. Now I made sure I took my wife out to the gun range so she knows how to use a gun, so she's comfortable. I told my wife, someone come to that door and you know they're not supposed to be there, go get it, get the clap. Because you never know. Because as men, because me and my man Shawn, we're both married, we both have, he has kids, I got a kid.
Lucky motherfucker.
Unless
I
you,
love all y'all though.
unless you count my fur babies, because I ain't gonna lie, I love my cats and I love my punk ass dog.
El Duco.
You know, someone come to the house, ain't supposed to be there, go get the strap. I got 3 clips, stay fully loaded. I don't keep one in the chamber because you never know. But my wife knows. You open that safe, you cock that thing back, it's ready to go.
You got to, man.
You gotta be cautious.
Take
out here in the
advantage of
streets,
females, man.
You gotta be cautious out here.
I was just raised on a different code when it was like you were raised to protect the females, right? Now the niggas is like If they can't get a nigga, they get the female. Like, that's some sucker shit to me. Right? If I got a beef with Tony, if Tony got a beef with me, that's where it should stay. I remember back in the days, the gangsters, man, women and children were off limits. If you went that way, that's your own, you sign your own death certificate. Right? Me and Tony got a beef, we might shoot it out for months before we hit each other. But now these suckers, man, they soft, man. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to argue. Everybody want to, they shoot.
They come in packs, man.
Like,
they come in packs.
What kind of credit if you live that life, right? The gangster life. I'm not going to give you credit for kidnapping no bitch. What the fuck would she do? Like, as a man, naturally, you probably overpower her, right? So, what kind of credit is that? That's not no G shit. That's some sucker shit to me.
Yeah, and
that's some sucker shit.
And to expand upon that, you know, the one thing that I first learned about in 2003 with Paid in Full, a rich little brother got kidnapped.
Yeah, that's some sucker, man.
That broke my heart.
One of my favorite movies too, by the way. But that's like, you don't get no points for that in the street.
Knowing it was the uncle that took him.
That's even worse. It was family on family.
Then you chop this boy's finger off
and send it to him.
That's why I will go on record saying I won't put anything past anyone. Because at the end of the day, family, friends, whether you know someone for years or not, if they have the motivation to do it, they will fuck you over.
Money.
And you gotta be ready for that type of betrayal. You gotta be ready for it. You know, they say the smaller your circle is, the more trustworthy it is, and it couldn't be true. Cause how you gonna keep track of like 100 people? You say you cool 100 people, that's just giving you room for one person to stab you in the back.
I don't even know if I know 100. I know 100 people, not 100 people enough that I'll be like, yo, that's my nigga.
Nah, not even.
That is some sucker shit, man. You got me all emotional and shit.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, let's go on. Let's talk about your favorite artist, bro.
That's some good shit.
Yeah,
I
tell you one thing, man. The one thing I live by is you never underestimate the next man.
Yeah.
And I tell my son that all the time. When my son was a kid, he used to come up and pocket check you.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell him all the time, don't do that. There's a lot of dudes out here to get murdered for that.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? His big thing was he come stomp on your sneakers. Don't do that. Yeah. People get killed over stuff like that. Fight over shit about that. Yeah. Kids, I almost fought my girlfriend when she stepped on my sneakers in 8th grade. You know what I mean? I knuckled up with her.
It's just no fucking code. There's no moral. The codes are all the moral code in the street life, right? It's all fucked up. There's no code. The cloth has been cut and is now diluted.
Man, if anyone takes anything from this first episode, take this. And these words couldn't be any truer when I saw them. I might be saying it wrong, but if they don't miss your absence, if they don't notice your absence, they don't appreciate your presence.
Mm. Oh shit! All right.
You know, I read that and I was just like, you know what?
Carlos Martin,
there's a lot of people in my phone that I try to stay in contact with, and they don't make the effort.
No, that happens every day.
And I'm just like, you know what? Why am I trying when they're not trying? You know, I don't care. I don't care enough about that. So fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also
like that, yo. That's the Henny talking right there.
and also to add, let's be clear. I'm not no gangster. I'm not no street dude.
No, neither am I.
You know what I mean? I'm none of that. You know.
But I will stand my ground and protect what's mine.
Absolutely. Now I've been around gangsters, hustlers my whole life. I got an uncle that's currently a Crip. You know what I mean? My father was born in Paterson, New Jersey. It's one of the most dangerous cities in New Jersey. You know what I mean? And just sitting down and listening to him talk and share his experiences and stuff like that, you pick up certain things from certain people, you know?
Yeah.
I've been around the drug dealers and the pimps and the prostitutes. I've been around that my whole life. So I don't know everything, but I do know the game. And just, you know.
But it teaches you, bro. It teaches you. You learn a lot growing up, like, around the streets. Just observing people. Another thing, people need to stop thinking they need to experience something just to learn a lesson. You can learn from watching other people. You can. You really can. You know, I learned from watching my father. He grew up on the streets. I learned from watching my grandfather. He did some stupid shit, but, it is what it is. My stepfather, he's still doing stupid shit. You gotta learn from other people.
You know what I don't understand, right? We say our pops did stupid shit. In hindsight, they might have did what they had to do to provide, right? Now the difference from that cloth, that generation to what's going on now, some of these kids are like fucking middle class, rich kids out there robbing and stealing. Like, nigga, you don't even have to do this. Like, what are you doing? Because it looks cool? Like, y'all niggas got everything. I tell my son all the time, look, when you go out with your friends, don't do what they do. Because some of them don't have what he have and vice versa. Some got more. But listen, you know right from wrong. Mm-hmm. Anything you need, you can ask me for. You ain't got to take it from the store or fucking take it from another person. Like, you was never in that environment. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Like, even my dad sold drugs, right? Sorry, Dad, I put your shit out there, but it's public record probably. But
hey, shit, man, my dad started a gang.
See, but and so
my dad's gonna listen to this. I ain't saying shit.
So my dad, when I was 4, he got locked up, in and out, long periods of time. I didn't meet my dad, sit down and have a face to face with him until I was 24, about to turn 25. But am I mad at him? Yeah, I was. But I had to ask myself, all right, well, considering your circumstances of where I was born and how I met my mom and where they lived at, you had to do what you had to do to provide and get money, right? Well, what pisses me off is some of these kids now don't have to do none of that shit, but they go out and act.
Still out there,
acting.
Man.
Like, y'all niggas is if I had some of this, well, I was middle class, right? Mm-hmm. My mom, my stepdad, they provided for us, right? But let's just say, like, some of my son's friends, right? They got fucking, the house look like a fucking office building. Crazy, right? Why you? If I had that nigga, you wouldn't see me. What?
It just goes to show you don't appreciate life the way you appreciate life different when you're brought up with less.
The difference is we did it because we had to. These niggas, oh my fault, I'm out of range. We did it because we had to. These niggas do it because it looks cool. That's the difference. And then you see
they don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate what they have.
You see the YouTube clips when the nigga go in front of the judge and the motherfucker be like 20 years and the nigga faint, life, he crying and shit because you wasn't you're not built for that. You're not.
I just did it for attention, Dad.
Yeah, now I will say, you know, when my son was first born, you know, shit, I was working a terrible job, man. You know what I mean? I was barely bringing home $1,000 a month.
It's rough.
And you know, I always thought about doing some type of shit like that. Maybe not
when the pressure's on you. Hell yeah.
Maybe not robbing.
You got a kid to feed.
You know what I mean? Maybe running up on somebody. Maybe selling. I know some people that know some people that do some things.
It's tempting to make it come up, bro.
So I've always wanted to try to make my son's situation a little better because a lot of the weight fell on my wife's shoulders, and as a man, you know, that makes you feel some type of way,
right?
And not to, you know, not to say that these people that go out and do their thing, get their means the illegal way. I just never wanted to do that because I wanted to show my son, listen, if you go to work every day and you do your best and you work hard, you save your money, you can get what you want. Mm-hmm. So then when I got a better job, you know, I was finally the breadwinner. So now, you know, my son, he ain't got to worry about shit.
Yeah.
He ain't got to worry about nothing.
See that? He took the man route.
And to any ladies listening to this, don't, you know, I know it's a different time and age or equal rights and whatever, you know, you guys can do just as much as we can. That's cool and all. But as a man, as men, me raised by an old generation man myself, there's a certain need to provide. You know what I mean? We want to provide for our family. We want to provide for our friends. You know, my mom hits me up for a favor. I want to be able to help her out. You know what I mean? I'm sure any of these two, they have...
Nah, fuck that, y'all. I need a sugar mama, dude. Fuck all that. What you talking about, my nigga? Fuck that. Listen, I'm married now, but listen. I told my wife, listen, I'm in the sugar mama vision, and she want to cut that check. Hey, we can split it 3 ways, you heard?
Now, I will say this.
My bad.
I'll tell you right now.
I just cut it.
He just killed my whole mojo, bro.
All the way off.
Fuck it.
I hope my in-laws don't hear this, but I've had this conversation with my wife before. I said, hey, babe, if a motherfucking Hollywood actress came up to me and said, I'll give you millions of dollars just to break me off. You gonna let me do it? She said, "She better go get that money."
We bring the
Yo,
money
clip
home,
this, bro. Send it to the
Send
it to the parents
Yo,
alone
on some
now.
real shit. There's a lot of females out there more gangster than some of these niggas. Don't let them fool you.
Listen,
Oh yeah.
Don't
they
let 'em
married.
fool you.
They married. I'm not.
Look, any single ladies out here listening to this,
I'm not.
send your number to Carlos via DM or email, because I don't want him petting Luffy by himself.
I need different pussy to pet.
Fuck is going? Oh my
Yo, I'm
god.
gonna tell you like this, man. I grew up playing sports. The first I've ever been hit playing football was by a woman.
Yeah.
Square in my chest.
That's a big nigga. You see it?
Well, back then I only weighed like 120 pounds.
Yo,
Still bigger than me.
no joke. No joke. Funny story. I think I offended this nigga one time because they showed me a picture of when how skinny he used to be. I'm like, that's Tony? No fucking way, bro. Ain't no way that's Tony. That's a different nigga. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah, I definitely hate my old self. But that's what happens when you got bad knees and you fall in love in high school.
Hey
You
man.
fat.
Hey, they say when you gain weight like that, man, you happy, man. Happy weight. Or does that only work for females? I don't know.
All I know is
I heard when females gain weight in a relationship, they're happy. I don't know.
all I know is since I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican, Spanish, I'm not allowed to gain weight until I'm married.
Wait, you Puerto Rican and Dominican?
Yes.
So you got, damn. How is that? How that work out for you for two cultures that really don't fuck with each other?
He's an all-around dirtbag.
I have a lot of inner hate. I have a lot of inner
Now
hate.
I see why you petting Luffy.
If I want to eat something and like the other culture doesn't agree, I'm like, yo, you a piece of shit. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck
That's
up.
gotta be tough though, for real. Like, there's,
yeah.
and it cracks me up so much that they're right. They're neighbors, right? They basically
They hate each other, bro.
One thinks the other one is superior, and the other one thinks that the other one is dirty or low class. Like, it's crazy. Y'all niggas live next door.
It's almost like the light-skin, dark-skin wars.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
yeah.
almost what
Yeah,
it's
that's,
like.
yeah,
Light-skin, dark-skin.
yeah. You're right. You're right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Eminem is not the GOAT.
All right, going back, it was a good way to go back to the favorite rapper topic. Let's start with Shawn, since he popping hella shit.
Not the GOAT.
Let's go with your favorite artist.
My favorite artist of all time is Nas.
Nas.
Everybody would say Jay-Z because they know I listen to Jay, but
I need to listen to more Nas.
you learn a lot, bro.
I need to.
You know what it is? Nas is like that. If you could take Malcolm X, any strong black political leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even all the way up to Obama. You can take Obama, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, what's the other nigga? Jesse. If you fuck with Jesse Jackson, if you take any positive, quote unquote positive black role model figure that we ever had, and they could rap, and you mix it with some street stories and knowledge, you have Nas. That's what I like about Nas, because if you listen a Nas album, I'm serious, he teaches. You know what I'm saying? I love Jay-Z, right? He's teaching more now. Because his whole formula was different. I heard Jay-Z say a long time ago, you gotta, in the music business, when it comes to making songs, you gotta give the people sugar before you gotta give them medicine, right? So that goes, sugar would be the club songs, the shit they can play on the radio. The medicine would be the shit that make you think and learn and teach you something. The reason why I say Nas is my number one, because he's been teaching all the way through.
Since day one?
All the way through. All the way through. Even some shit that people might say is corny. Because for a minute, Nas, they always say Nas has this thing, this bad luck. Like, he's not known to pick all the hottest beats, right? Fuck the beats. You listen to the lyrics, you learn something every song, I guarantee you. Jay-Z, my second favorite, you can learn shit, but in his early days, you were learning what the best champagne is to drink.
Now,
What
do
the
you
best
think,
car is to drive. You know what I'm saying?
not to cut you off, do you think that's why Nas uses some of the beats he used, so you can pay more attention to the lyrics?
Yeah, he said it. He said, I know some of them may not be your fucking, your Timberland, your top 5 on the radio, 100 rotation through the country, but I picked the beat that moves me to tell the story that's on my mind. And see, that's the thing. Even nowadays, these kids now, they don't listen to what the fuck you saying, to be honest with you. You got a hook and you got a beat. If the song can make you do this, it's a hit song, right? But I'm different. me and Big Tone, we older, we cut from another cloth. Like when we came in listening to lyrics, we were listening to lyrics. Is what he's saying making sense? Does he know what he's talking about?
I don't even know what he's saying.
Exactly. Nowadays, I don't know
what people
what
are
he's talking
saying, bro.
Like when I was growing up and I was listening to Nas and Jay-Z, everything they said, I had to say, all right, well, I don't know what that is, but let me go look it up. This before Google, you actually had to go on. Well, I guess they had the dial-up internet. You still had to research to find out what the fuck they were talking about, right?
I mean, like, we've had artists that we listen to make music for the radio.
That's cool. If you come out
but
like
you
that,
understood what they were saying.
Exactly.
Like Eminem's "My Name Is," that was for the radio. That was for the masses.
Exactly.
But you knew every word he was saying. He wasn't mumbling. It was a hit.
And that was a formula too. There's a formula behind that shit. They always used to say back in the day, you make the bullshit to get in the door. And then when you get in, you just go ham. You do you. But yeah, Nas has always been my number one because he's. And also, it has to do with when they both put out their albums, what happened in hip hop, right? So before Nas, you had Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap is dope. You had Big Daddy Kane. You had Rakim. But it was a certain way they was rapping, right? So then you have Nas come up in, I want to say, 94, between 92 and 94. I think his first solo album was 94. But I think he did some features between 92 and 94, right? So Illmatic, his first album dropped, right? He was rapping totally different from everybody, right? So that automatically got your attention. Do you know they say that Illmatic changed, right? It changed the way hip hop was going, right? Because you had, think about it, you had the fun rap, right? You had Kid and Play, you know, the dance rap, right? Yeah. And Nas came out. Yeah, Kid and Play was dope. I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I was just practicing. Shit. Their dance move is legendary. Everybody knows how to do the Kid and Play.
Kid and Play at my wedding.
Everybody knows that. That's the go-to dance for any family reunion, anything. But when he dropped Illmatic, right? Because you're coming off the Kid and Play, MC Hammers, like the not happy, but the more up-tempo hip-hop, right? And this guy comes out of nowhere, and he's dropping some shit. Not only did the shit that he was saying, you can vision it. Like, I always tell you, listen to Illmatic. I'm not from Queensbridge. You're not from Queensbridge. You're not from Queensbridge. You put that from start to finish and just listen to what he's saying. You can see the shit happening. That's what I respected. You know what I'm saying? You can see. If you're rapping it, it's like reading the book or listening to a podcast or listening to anything or watching a movie in the movie theater. If I can close my eyes and I can hear it, but I can see this shit happening when my eyes closed, you got me for life. I'm a customer for life. Nigga's crazy.
You know,
So Eminem is not the greatest of all time.
Yeah. So coming from my boy, bro. Yo.
You know why? Because when I listen to How My Name Is, I can hear it, but I can't see it. You know?
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Whatever. You know? He stands at my top.
Shot him.
Listen,
that's cool.
It's
all good.
By the time you are back on this podcast,
yeah,
I would have listened to more Nas stuff. And
you
we'll
should
talk
have
about
did
it
before I got here. Because
listen,
you know it's coming.
You know, it is what it is. Tony, favorite artist?
See, for me, I'm torn.
Oh.
From the East Coast, but I've always had that West Coast flavor. West Coast at heart. So
he's a fucking Suge Knight. Look at him.
Now, for the first time I ever heard Nas, it was written, and for the longest time I thought that was his first album. My dad had It Was Written, and he used to play that all the time.
I Gave You Power, changed my life.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs on that album was The Message. Love that song. But then, well, before I go into the other one, when the first time I heard Illmatic, I sat in my dirty ass room in my mom's house, and I played that thing from start to finish, and it made me feel like I was in Queensbridge. So much so, I went and bought books that people wrote on this album and read them from front to back. I've always loved Nas. Nas has always been that guy.
He's dope, man.
Nas will teach you something within the lyrics. I mean, if you get past all, you said some of the beats, I'm like, wow, bro, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, some of the beats is there. Not on those 2 albums. Later on.
Yeah. Later on.
Yeah.
Like once we got the I Am, I was like, all right, bro, you kind of lost me.
That Nostradamus completely lost me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But New York State of Mind,
Represent.
Life's a Bitch. Yo, don't even get me started. And then the first song I heard Nas rap on Live at the Barbecue with Main Source.
I went to hell for snuffing Jesus.
16
Yeah,
years
he was
old.
16, yo. At 16, I wasn't even thinking about no shit like that.
Hell nah.
I was just thinking about, yo, let me get good grades in school if I get my ass.
Oh, there we go. You might have to edit that.
And we're back.
Yeah, I'll probably edit it out.
But yeah, yo, that nigga, it's incredible, man. This is,
So you going on record saying Nas is your favorite?
he's
No.
torn. He's one of them. Oh, he's up there. It might not be one of them, but he's up there.
Yeah, so like I said, it's always been this battle in me. But battling out is Ice Cube. Ice Cube.
I respect that.
OG in the game.
I'm gonna tell you right
Triple
now,
OG.
Ice Cube, he don't get the respect he deserves. He really don't.
You think so?
That motherfucker was raw as
He
hell.
get more movie respect than artists.
And they
Well,
count-
but
they
he was
count-
making the big money moves.
But see, what happens is with Ice Cube, not to cut you off, a lot of people, when they think Ice Cube, they automatically go back to NWA because all the controversy was around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They forget what he did as a solo artist. And they don't know, and Tony probably tell you, he was writing their shit. People don't even know
Yeah,
that.
he did. I mean,
Basically.
you learned that if you watch
That's what I learned.
what was the movie that came out recently
So,
about them?
Compton, right?
Compton,
yeah,
yeah,
sure,
Compton.
Compton.
Yeah, you learned that. You learned that Ice Cube was behind a lot of it. You know, he wrote the first song that put Eazy-E out there, but like he couldn't sing it because he was already tied to a label or something like that.
Yeah, he was with it was with Jinx and what's that dude's name? CIA. I think that's what they were called, CIA. Yeah, but Cube was just raw. He gave it to you straight up. He reported what was going on in the streets. I mean, he also gave you that teenage angst bullshit too. Like you know, I don't even remember what the song's called. We're not gonna get into it, but and not only that, but he's an underrated storyteller.
Yeah.
You know?
Today Was a Good Day is one of my... Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Love
yeah.
it, love
Yeah.
it.
Yo,
Whenever it
nice.
comes on,
Nigga.
it's like the beat is mellow.
The way
He rap. Oh,
And I'm like, I'm not even from the West Coast. But
I'm not
I
even from that
understood
generation
shit.
of rap.
Yeah, yo,
That's
That
what I'm
was
saying.
that
These
shit.
old school rappers can make you appreciate the art form so much more, and that's why I encourage the new cats trying to make it to listen to it.
That Henny got you fired. You sound like a reverend and shit, bro. Nigga said, next thing you know, he gonna be an R&B singer grabbing the
yeah,
air.
you gotta
and
grab
shit.
the air as an R&B singer.
But
As long as
that's,
I ain't R. Kelly,
that's
bro.
the difference between. It's sad, man, to me. Like, I respect where the new artist is going, right? Because we got different ears, right? That's what they do. But it's just like, yo, like, say something.
To me, J.
You know-
Cole's got it right, bro.
Some of these guys are not teaching me nothing but how to wear Gucci. Right?
yeah,
How to wear Gucci.
how to get away with not saying anything.
And how to use drugs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How to use drugs.
How
Jay-
we went from selling drugs to using drugs.
The niggas I grew up with told you, listen, if you want to do the drugs, you get the money. So, my generation told you how to get money. If you choose to sell the drugs, get money, get better, move out, get the crib, support your family.
And my generation is telling you how to spend money.
His generation is telling you how to use the drugs.
Yeah.
Pop Molly, bath salt, E-pills. Maybe that's why I don't understand half of the music, because I'm like, I don't do drugs.
No, but
If I was high, I probably understand
You probably
every
understand
fucking
it.
word.
but I don't,
Right,
I don't
my
even
son.
want to understand it.
If I was high, I don't get high. You don't get high. Well, how you think? You love the new music. that's out
Allegedly.
now, right? You can't see him, but he's over here. But you understand word for word what they're saying, right?
I can't.
That's crazy to me.
I can't.
That's crazy.
Sometimes I can.
Maybe it's because
Well,
maybe it's
I
because
gotta
they're
slow it
growing
down.
up on it. Maybe
Well,
it's because they're growing up
Look,
on it.
I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with the Migos heavy. I love you.
And the Migos got some shit. It's
love
a
me some
couple.
Migos.
It's a handful.
But are you?
It's a handful.
Will you say the Migos hit harder than old school? Anyone you've heard old school? Can you think of anyone they hit harder than?
I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is just my personal opinion. Ain't no one hitting harder than Ice Cube.
No one.
That's just plain and simple.
No one.
Me and my wife had this conversation, right? So Ice Cube's first album, he went out to the East Coast, and
Soul album, right?
yeah, his first album, I forgot what their name was, but the in-house production team for Public Enemy did that album. Now, if you listen,
Terminator X, because Terminator X was making beats for them too. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
I don't remember. It was Hank Shockley and someone else, I believe. So if you listen to that album, West Coast lyrics, East Coast beats, right? That album sounds dated. So now you move on, you hit to Death Certificate. That album still sounds like that shit just came out today. That's how fresh them damn beats are. You know what I mean?
It's timeless.
Yeah, timeless.
Timeless.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love America's Most Wanted. Love that album. But once you hit over the Death Certificate, that just hit a different way. You know what I mean? And that's a classic
That's
album.
the thing, man. Like some of these new artists, we grew up at a time where the lyrics. I always go back to lyrics. I don't want to beat on a dead horse, but I always go to the lyrics. We talked about Nas. We talked about Eminem. We talked about Ice Cube. These are all people who had first albums almost 20 years ago. And we can still talk about it and debate about it. Some of these new songs that are out now, I won't remember that shit in 10 years.
Bro, all right. So I don't really know any of the new artist name, but let's say 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, because it's one of the ones I know, for instance. If he put out a song today,
I'll shoot myself.
all right. But listen. If he put out a song today, it would be so easy to put out a song tomorrow from a different artist that would just completely bump it out of place because they all sound the same.
Yeah, but you know what? He, in his defense, and I don't personally listen. Okay, before this whole snitching thing, I still haven't listened to him prior to that, right? But from what I understand, he had an energy and an image that got the kids excited, right? Now I heard a couple of songs of his here, snippets of songs, right?
I heard like one he did with Nicki Minaj.
When I heard it, being that I'm an OG, right, it took me back to Onyx, Sticky Fingers. You gotta do your research. And not to say that he sounded like him, but he brought that energy, that vibe. If you listen to Onyx and how they rapped, and you listen to 6ix9ine, you'd be like, yo, all right. Like for all we know, he could have studied them and reinvented it, right?
Yeah, because Onyx was ultra aggressive,
Yeah.
it was in your face, and it was yelling.
Yeah. But they lived that life. That's what 6ix9ine fucked
Yeah.
up. He fucked up. You can't talk that shit and then be like, you know
I mean, fuck it. We brought up Ice Cube a lot. We all know our opinions on new rappers. I appreciate the rap form I grew up on a lot more. I don't really like the mumbling rap. That's just a personal opinion. It's selling. It's selling. I give credit to those who are getting off and making money with it. I think J. Cole said it best. When people grow up, that's when you're done making money off that mumbling crap.
It's all gonna come back around, just like fashion. They used to laugh at us for the shit we wore in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And now look, they
Now it's
reinventing the fucking Kangos. All that shit coming back around.
But
I'm surprised you ain't mentioned J. Cole. I know that's your nigga.
I just mentioned J. Cole a couple times.
Damn, bitch, you ain't say that shit. It was all Eminem. You see how he go?
I love Eminem.
Stan.
I love Eminem. I'm a stan.
He's a stan.
I'm a stan. I'll admit it.
Oh,
But
wow.
we mentioned Ice Cube enough times. Let's get into diss tracks. Let's mention our best favorite diss
You
tracks.
gotta ask that man first. That's his nigga. He gonna know more than I do. I know a couple of shits because I was.
But this is personal favorite. Personal favorite.
Oh, not. I thought you were saying was Ice Cube.
No.
Oh, okay,
Personal
okay,
favorite.
okay.
You know what? For my man, since his favorite artist is Ice Cube, as a personal favorite diss track, I do like No Vaseline. I do like it.
You done messed up.
I done it already. I did her anyway. But as a personal favorite, I also like No Warning by Eminem and The Kill Shot by Eminem. But I can't
Who's
lie.
No Warning dissing?
Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey.
Oh, that's recent.
No, that was a while ago. That was like
09, wasn't it?
it was
Wait,
like years ago.
Who did Nick
that's
Cannon
wild.
was just beefing with?
Nick Cannon's beefing Eminem because
Again?
yeah, Fat Joe.
Again?
People-
You ain't learned from the first time, nigga?
All right, so recently there was an interview Nick Cannon did where he brought up the beef again and saying that he wanted to throw hands with M, but M wasn't having it. So I think that's the reason on Fat Joe's album, Eminem threw out shade towards Nick Cannon, and then Nick put out like 3 diss tracks, 4, if you count the last one, but the 4th one's more towards Eminem fans.
Okay.
But Eminem has to put a response to that, as he shouldn't. You know, who wants to freaking beef with Nick Cannon? Nick Cannon's not a rapper.
At some point, if I'm on that pedestal, excuse me, the Henny got my tongue. The pedestal of a higher level of rapping, right? Let's say, I got Jay-Z Nas, right? Let's say I'm Jay-Z. Let's say you're Lil Bootsy, right? A down south rapper, and you diss me, I'm Jay-Z. At some point, I gotta be like, what? Like, I'm not even gonna respond to that because in my mind, right? You shooting at me. I always said if you don't know me well enough to have a beef with me, right? Because you don't know me. You only know what you see via social media. So you don't know me. So if you're Lil Bootsy and you shoot a dart at me and I'm Jay-Z, right? I'm this billionaire, godlike rapper from ever, right? At some point, my business sense got to kick in and be like, listen, I can go at this nigga and destroy him. Is it going to help me? No, because people know what I'm capable of.
At that point, you're just giving him attention.
Exactly. I mentioned his name. Everybody's going to... Now the whole social media, all this whole fucking pot of attention, everybody's going to be like, oh, shit, Jay-Z said something about Lil Bootsy. Now, the traffic, here go your views. Here go your numbers. Because everybody's going to run at your page to see what you're doing. So at some point you got to be smart and be like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. Because I know what you're doing. You trolling. That's what they call it now. You trolling. You trolling.
Troll gods.
You trolling.
Yeah.
Like, because I know I can lyrically destroy you if I'm Jay-Z and you Lil Bootsy. Not to take no credit, no
Away
discredit. It's not my cup of tea, but he has fans.
But Jay-Z is up here.
But it's like, it's certain levels to this shit. Like, come at this nigga. If you're here, come at this nigga. But as men, we're hunters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
you want the prize.
You want to take it. If you want to put it in the sense of a jungle, right? You want to go for the top line.
Yeah, you
fuck all the other niggas.
You're not gonna go after the snake when the lion's right there. You're gonna take a shot at the lion.
But go for the lion when you're ready.
Yeah.
Don't go for the lion because you feeling yourself, right? Because you had a little kill in the herd, right? You caught a grasshopper. You think you the top hunter, right? But you ain't catch that motherfucking hyena yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So go at the top dog when you're trained and ready. Some of these niggas be throwing shots. They don't need to be throwing.
No, not at all.
That's how I feel.
That's what killed Carrie Hilson's career. She
threw shots?
She threw shots at Beyonce.
Oh, she did? I never knew that.
Yeah, that's what killed her career. And you know who's to blame?
Word?
The dude that she
DJ Polo the Don?
No, his idea.
He gassed up.
Gassed her up. That's what killed her career.
I never knew that, yo. I thought she just fell back from music because now she's doing like, what's that shit when you travel the world and help heal the world and donate water?
Like a charity
philanthropy.
Yeah, philanthropy.
She's doing philanthropy work. I thought that's what her heart was.
Beyonce
like,
killed a career, bro. Beyonce killed a career.
Yeah,
Damn.
you can't.
That's the queen, bro. That's the queen. I heard someone on record call her what was it? The MJ of female artists.
Yo, Carrie Hilson was bad too, boy.
Still is.
That's what happened. Remember? That's what happened with remember?
Ain't nothing off record about that.
Remember Lumi D?
Yeah.
She threw shots at Beyonce and Jay-Z back in the day. I heard the mixtape.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like why you come at them when you gotta.
You don't got it yet.
It's like a game, like video games, right? You don't start the game at level 1 and then jump to level 15.
It was like Nick Cannon.
No.
What the hell you got?
Very rare doesn't work.
Unless you got a cheat code, but these niggas ain't have the cheat code.
Or you know how to cheese the game. I will say, I've taken one of the worst teams in NCAA 13, and I've beaten Alabama, who is the best team. All you got to do is run a double slant every time, boom, boom. That one receiver's going to have like 50 receptions and 100 touchdowns.
And you know, I hate to like give point to what he was saying. Like a lot of people say, and I'll agree with it.
Were you saying you was hating on what I was saying? You
Yes.
fucked me up.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And it
look.
involves Eminem. It involves
He's mad.
Eminem.
Yeah, I knew he was mad about that shit.
No, I hate to give good credit, but a lot of people say a lot of the beefs that Eminem had weren't noteworthy.
Basically.
He didn't beef with anyone that was up there.
They was shooting at him. Yeah.
And it was just people that, you know, like Nick Cannon. Who the hell is Nick Cannon? Nick Cannon is a freaking host. A show host at most.
He's good on TV.
He's good on
He
TV.
gets money.
The
I
Insane
can't knock
Clown
that.
Posse, Mariah Carey, you know, Mariah Carey does, you know, she has her,
Benzino.
yeah. So, people are shooting way too high when they're going for beefs.
There's got to be levels to this shit.
And you need to stay on your level. You go a level up, maybe you can outclass the person that's just a smidge above you.
Yeah.
But don't go for number one, bro, when you're like
'Cause
15th on the list.
These niggas are trained. They got experience. They train for war. You know what I'm saying? They train for fucking war.
So we're on the topic, best diss track. Personal favorite.
Try not to be one-sided. Because, you know, my top two had this epic battle.
But if it goes hard, it goes hard.
It definitely goes hard.
Fuck it, say both.
No, because there's one that always fucks me up, like when I hear it, right? And this will have to be LL Cool J's Jack the Ripper. In answer to the Cannabis diss. Now, Cannabis came out with Second Round Knockout, which was dope. He had Mike Tyson in the video. That's when Mike Tyson was at his top of his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! The reason why I respect that beef or that diss track more than the takeover from Jay-Z and the ether from Nas is because when Second Round Knockout came out, everybody automatically counted LL Cool J out because he's a ladies rapper, he's a ladies man, or he's commercial. What people don't know,
They don't remember Breaking Dawn.
they don't know
in the
that
80s.
LL Cool J started out as a battle rapper on the street.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why it holds a special sentimental value in my heart because like Jay-Z, yeah, he raps, he's always do it. Like they always been doing what they've been doing. Now when you can bring a nigga from his I Need Love, the fucking all the shit that he's done for the ladies, and you see that nigga respond with Jack the Ripper, he tore Cannabis out the frame. I don't even know where that nigga's at now.
And let's not forget.
Died.
And he also tore Kumo D a new asshole.
He went at Kumo D, and Kumo D has one of the most legendary diss tracks of all time going against Busy Bee Starscape at Harlem World. You know what I mean? So yes, El can hold his own.
So that's why I respect. That's got to be one of my greatest because, like I said, everybody said, "Oh, LL, that nigga, the I Need Love nigga, the no shirt vest, old baby oil, the Kango, like that nigga soft. He can't do that, man." That nigga said, "Oh,
Word?
yeah? You want to come at me, nigga?"
Yeah.
And and people don't even know this. You got a sense of the beef before those diss tracks came out with 4, 3, 2, 1. It was LL, Cannabis, Method Man, DMX on the track. Cannabis shot at LL first, saying, "I ripped the mic. I need a microphone. Something. I ripped the tap from your arm because LL Cool J's got this microphone tattoo." Cannabis shot the dark first. LL let the shit slide, right? No, he didn't. There was a different verse from LL on that song. LL went last. LL heard Cannabis's verse and changed his verse. So Cannabis said, "I ripped the tap from your arm," or something like this. And I forget word for word what LL said, but if you listen to it, you hear him kind of fire back, right? Then came Second Round Knockout. Then came Jack the Ripper. And there went Cannabis. Gone.
Cannabis has to look at notepads and rap battles now.
Gone. I don't even know what that nigga did. And I used to say that. You know what I think hurt Cannabis too, besides fucking with LL, because he's a beast? And I might be fucked up for saying this, but I think when he came out with the album, was it the second album? Maybe the first album, second album. Now, Wyclef is a legend in a different sort, like in a whole different lane.
Mm-hmm.
But you a hardcore rapper, right? Why you let Wyclef produce the whole album?
A lot of people say that though. Like if I've seen. I love Second Round Knockout.
Yeah,
And
it's dope. It's
Yeah,
dope.
and I've gone on YouTube plenty of times to, to watch the video, and a lot of people in the comments they say the same thing. Like his beats just weren't hitting hard.
And I don't think Wyclef produced that one.
I don't think
That
he did
single,
either.
but he did most of the first album, and
Yeah.
you can it's like you can't be Cannabis, this nigga who was biting heads off when he first came out. Like he was the talk of the motherfucking town,
Yeah.
and you let a nigga who produced, the Carnival or Fuji Live, like it's not. He should have went to that motherfucker. He should have went to a Dr. Dre, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, somebody who has that, who can bring that beast out of you with those beats. Like Wyclef on a hardcore. That's like taking Ice Cube, right, and letting the nigga from Black Eyed Peas produce his first album.
Will I am.
So he had he bad choice on production.
Bad
Yeah.
choice.
Bad choice.
A lot of times production will kill your album.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah,
choice.
that's fair.
Bad
Solid.
choice.
Tony.
See, y'all niggas gonna hate me because I legit have 4 favorites.
Yo.
I got 4
Yo.
favorites. I got 4
Content.
favorites. I
Content.
got 4 favorites.
Bruh. 4?
Yes, and you know what? I'm
Like 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yes, I'm even gonna put them in order.
This is more. We all got more,
Yeah.
but I just gave you the.
I'm even gonna put them in order. And you know what? Because my man was gonna use no Vaseline. I'm not even gonna use no Vaseline because
Oh, then I'm using no
That's-
Vaseline. Cut
like-
him off. Fuck no Vaseline.
I'm not
That
even.
track goes
I'm not
fucking
gonna
hard.
use no Vaseline because if you know I'm an Ice Cube fan, you already know that should be number 1.
It's up
You know what I
there.
mean? And not only that, no Vaseline even.
But not even if, not to cut you off, even if you're not an Ice Cube fan, you cannot deny that track goes fucking hard.
And Rick Ross said word for word, when I first heard No Vaseline, I wanted to rap. A lot of people are influenced off of No Vaseline. So, this is how we're going to do it, right? Number 4.
So wait, you said 4 or 5?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 4. And the only reason why I have this at 4 is because it's not a whole diss track. It's a shot. We're going to go with...
Shots of Deadly.
Yeah, we're going to go with West Side... it's actually... No, it was on the Mac 10 album. But it was Mac 10, Dub C, and Ice Cube. And they had... Ice Cube had a little line for Common. That was that
shit.
song. West Side Slaughterhouse. That's one of the hardest rap videos I've ever seen in my life.
My nigga's really a West Coast nigga. at
Yo,
heart,
he
yo.
is.
These motherfuckers was in Dickie suits in a fucking slaughterhouse.
He was born in the
Blood all over him. Boy,
Yo.
that shit was hard.
Big Tone was born on the wrong coast, yo.
Yeah, he was.
Basically.
Word up. He should have been a death row nigga. He should have been on death row. He should have been on death row. I can see. You laugh.
Yeah.
I can see that
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Nah,
if
I
he-
can kinda
if-
see it too.
Now y'all say he was skinny back in the day. Not to cut your numbers off, but if he was this size when Tupac, I guarantee you had a job, nigga.
Probably.
Like I see that shit. Like,
Fuck him.
like he's a West Coast nigga at heart,
Yo,
yo.
he is.
Alright, so number 3.
Uh-huh.
Talk to him.
This might be a little obscure. Not a lot of people might not know about this. But I heard this back in 2001. It was the Nas Stillmatic freestyle when he went at Jay-Z. My dad bought me that mixtape. I used to
remember
bang
that
that shit
I do
hard,
remember
boy.
that shit.
I fucking love that song. He went at that motherfucker hard.
I do remember that shit. That was crazy.
Yup.
That was crazy.
Number 2, and it hurts me to admit this,
Oh shit.
but this shit was hard. It was Common. Bitching you.
Oh shit.
This motherfucker went, he went at,
What's that, Andre 3000 he was going at?
nah, he went at Q, Dub C, and Mac 10. Back when he was on Relativity Records, I believe he was on.
That's risky.
But
The bitching.
not to... Alright, we're going to hear number 1 in a second.
No, he only on number 3.
Nah, that's
No,
Dub
he's-
too.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
two?
that's 2. That's 2.
Yeah, that was too.
That's
Yo,
the heavy talking on you, bro.
Yeah, he
You gotta
went-
keep up.
Yeah, he went, and you know what? And I give Common credit.
I'll give credit to
'Cause he had the balls to go
dissing multiple people at once. But on another level, it's easier to make content when you have more things directed towards. If you don't have to write content towards one person, can you make a whole song? Do you think that's why he put it out towards 3 people in
Yeah, you
one?
can make
Well, he went at all 3 of them because all 3 of them was on that song. And not only did they throw that little shot, but they was also talking reckless. They was talking reckless on interviews. They were
So
talking
you can
records
hit the
on
pool
that.
table if you want.
So that was number 2, right? Number 1, King of the Hill, West Side Connection,
I have to listen to
That's
it.
Now-
Dub C,
Cube, and Mac 10.
Max.
Now here's a fun fact on King of the Hill, right? Okay, so they win at Cypress Hill. The history of that was, I love Cube to death, but back in the day, Cube was known for stealing songs, like Wicked. You like Wicked? I love Wicked.
Wicked.
I love Wicked
He
too.
stole that from us?
Apparently, he stole that from King's Son, I believe. I think that's his name, King's Son. Apparently, he stole that song from him.
Wow.
He, if anyone ever heard the Friday soundtrack, Throw Your Neighborhood in the Air, apparently he stole that hook from Cypress Hill. So,
But you know what? You know
I
what?
can hear
Not-
that. though.
In,
I can hear that.
in like his defense, and not that I need to defend him, but like a lot of music these days are inspired of other songs.
yeah, but see, Cypress
You
Hill
gotta
and
pay,
Cube,
nigga. You gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
Cypress Hill and Cube, they was close. You know what I mean? They were really close. So apparently, how it goes is, one day B Real goes to the studio. They're playing a song for B Real. B Real hears something that he played for Cube before, so he gets up and leaves. Cube recognizes that, so when B Real comes back, that part is out of the song. He goes, okay. That's when they started dissing, right? So that's when King of the Hill came. Now, if you listen to King of the Hill, you notice it's only Ice Cube and Mac 10 going at Cypress Hill. Reason being is because Dub C knew them and they were cool. And also, if you know, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but Sen Dog, who was in Cypress Hill, personally went to Cube and Mac 10 and said, listen, I heard no Vaseline, man. I don't want no problems. And you know what made that song even harder? Just to fuck with them, they said, fuck Sen Dog too. They threw him a line.
Now, oh no, wait, go ahead and finish your countdown.
But yeah,
that was it. That was number one. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's basically it, man.
Now you a West Coast. I'm gonna call you a West Coast nigga because I see West Coast in you, right? Who's the hottest West Coast nigga out now?
Kendrick Lamar by far.
Really?
Yes.
Now, are you saying that by lyrics, or are you saying that by sales and publicity and exposure? Because I would say, me personally, I like Kendrick, but Game is a motherfucker.
Oh,
Yo.
don't
The
get
Game
me
is
wrong.
tough, bro.
I like
Game
Game.
is a monster.
I like Game, but I also can relate to Kendrick more
Really?
because if you listen to Good Kid, Mad City when he got jumped, right? Kendrick sounded like he was just an innocent kid
Right.
who basically was just in a world of madness. Now, I don't know Kendrick's whole story, but he sounds like he went through some trauma.
Right.
As a kid, my closest friends know, I've been through trauma as a kid. And I can somewhat relate to him. Because, you know, even though I grew up in a relatively safe neighborhood, like I said before, I've been around drug dealers, pimps, prostitutes, alcoholics. So I've been around madness.
So you relate to Kendrick more.
I can relate to Kendrick.
Gotcha.
And not only that, but the lyrics, like he's dope.
So.
No, that's fair. You know, when you relate
Nah,
to
you
it,
know I got the challenge shit. Fuck that
No,
fair
we-
shit. Don't be co-signing just cause it sound good for the podcast, nigga.
no,
Now,
but when you
I
relate
will-
to
Now,
shit, it sounds good.
He said some key words right there. My nigga he said drug dealers, pimps, gangsters, drug dealers. Those are all the ingredients that game.
Yeah,
knows, too.
yeah.
Yeah. No
But he
doubt.
just
So it has
related
to
to
be-
Kendrick more.
So is it the way that Kendrick's delivering it versus what he's saying? Because I'm sure they say the same shit. They talk about that. They both on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
They both experience real game, and not some of this fake shit that we see now on the East Coast. Like
Nah, Game's still blood, bro.
No, I'm saying on the East Coast. A lot of East Coast shit
Oh,
is
okay.
is them trying to replicate the real shit. The real shit is from the West Coast. Am I right or wrong? The real gang banging shit, as
West
far as I know in my knowledge, is West Coast.
West Coast
That's
is
the
hard.
real
As far as
deal.
I'm concerned, gangbanging started out in the West Coast.
That's the real deal. Not
Yeah.
this watered down, trickled down. Oh, it's cool. You in it? I'm in it. You gonna jump? No, it's real shit. Like you jump me, I'm in it. But the West Coast, you had to kill to get in it
Now,
or be born in it.
not to cut you off, I will say though, Chicago back in the day,
Or Chicago, Detroit too.
these motherfuckers used to knock on your door, boom, 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 boom. Either you getting in this game, we're gonna kill your ass. That's how they used to rock in Chicago. Not saying I'm from Chicago. I've heard plenty of stories.
Chicago, Detroit's real shit.
Now,
Yeah.
since we're on the topic, we gotta talk about this. What's your favorite new up and coming rapper? If you have any.
Does he have to be signed?
No.
Or unsigned?
No. Either or.
Shawn Rock.
Someone
man.
know.
Fuck.
Shameless plug.
Fuck you want
Shameless
me to
plug.
say?
You know what? Sean Rock.
Now, okay, I'll be fair.
He-
I'll
you-
be fair. But
no,
besides
no,
myself,
go, all right,
'cause
go
I'm
ahead.
always gonna put myself in the
No,
top.
you got to.
Because I feel it. Besides myself,
Uh-huh.
my favorite new up and coming. He's not really new now. He's been out for a while, but Dave East is a beast, yo. Dave East is a beast.
I'll give him a listen to. You gotta remind me though, because I forget what this is.
The only downfall about Dave East is his flow pattern. When I say flow pattern, I'm talking about the way you deliver your lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Is what's the word I'm looking for? Repetitionist. Like it's repetitive. Repetitive. Yeah, there you go. Like you know how he's gonna rap,
Uh-huh.
right? You listen to Jay.
So his flow always stays the same. That's what you're saying?
To me, yes. To me, yeah. Now you listen to Cube from fucking Wicked to fucking Today Was a Good Day.
They can do it slow, fast.
Totally different flow.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
Like that's what I think about, and this is way out the loop. I don't want to cut you off, but I respect Meek Mill, right?
Yeah.
I respect what he's done for the East Coast, for Philly, tri-state. But I noticed that when I hear him, it's the same flow, and it goes like this: "Take this here and right around my thing, for the one with them tricks. You and niggas gonna get it."
Mm.
So I have to ask myself, okay, at what point do we say, you know what, I did that flow on this album, that song, this album, those two songs, this album, the whole album.
Let's do something different. You gotta be willing to do something different. You got to.
So
You just have to. You know what? If you don't do something different, then you're not gonna have something
it gets stale.
up there.
It gets stale.
It gets lost in all
It gets
the
stale.
mumble rap that's being put out right now. Not that it's not working out for these young cats. If you can make it work,
Get
you're
your
making
money.
more money than me.
Get your money,
Kudos
by
to
all
you.
means.
Get your money.
Can I
But-
borrow $5?
Yeah, Mr. Drunky Drunk. Who's your favorite up and coming?
Yeah. New? Like, NF is not new. He doesn't even...
My favorite up and coming is Eminem's daughter. She don't even rap, but I love her bars.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang, shots fired.
Are we gonna do the host like that? That's
Go
fucked up.
ahead, do your thing.
Yo, NF is
Wait, is that his name?
NF. The
Bitch,
letters.
I know how to spell.
Just saying.
Yo,
Just
this
saying.
nigga really like.
Just
Yo,
saying.
he drew it out for me. NF, bitch.
F.
I saw two letters I tried to drop between them.
Yo,
he's
when
different.
When he edit this, he's gonna put NF on the bottom of the screen.
I'm not even gonna edit it. It's going raw.
Nah, go ahead.
He is not that new. He's got like 4 albums out right now, but he's different. And to me, I appreciate the differences in how he raps and how he raps about his life. He talks about his inspiration, how he grew up on Eminem, the old school hip hop artist Tupac, I believe, and he raps about his life, his struggle. He's some I don't know where he's from. He's a white rapper. He's one of those. Another one, a YouTube artist named Dax. D-A-X.
I heard that.
Dax. He's dope. Canadian rapper. He made a diss track towards what's his name? Does the damn.
Hopefully it was Logan Paul. I hate that guy.
No. Who Jordan Lucas did this recently?
Was it Tory Lanez?
Tory Lanez. He made a diss track to Tory Lanez.
Oh, Jordan's a beast.
Dope as shit. Dax made a diss towards him to the point where Tory Lanez showed up in his hood and showed up with his crew and made him apologize. It was some bitch shit. You call niggas out.
Tory Lanez made him apologize?
Tory Lanez showed up with his crew. Was like, you need to
I don't
apologize.
know how I feel about Tory.
That's some bitch shit, bro.
Tory Lanez is...
Cause Tory Lanez called himself like the best to ever do it, bro.
he's
You're not
too
even
cocky.
rapping.
He's
You're not
too
even
cocky.
rapping.
He's too cocky.
He's too
He's
too
talented.
much.
Talented.
But he's not really a rapper. He's more like an R&B. He's like what I consider Drake. A nigga just raps for bitches.
Let's not talk about Drake.
I'm just saying, my personal opinion.
Yeah,
I think Drake is more of a bitches rapper. He raps for bitches.
Yes, but you know.
What? What you got to say? Say it.
He is.
Stay in your lane, bro.
Nah,
I'm just saying, stay in your lane.
I'm in your lane. I don't swerve, nigga. I don't swerve. Females control album sales.
Always.
Fair.
The
That's
niggas
fair.
will always follow. If I got a bad bitch, and every time I come over her house, she listening to Drake. What you gonna do? You gonna go download Drake new album and maybe send it to her as a gift?
Nah, you know what? I will go on record saying I would not download a
If
Drake
she in
album
the
for
club,
any of you.
if your girl, if you messing with a bad bitch and she in the club and Drake come on, I'm a nigga. I got happy feet. Everybody knows this. When I get to drink and I hear music, I gotta dance. I don't give a fuck what it is. It might even be some shit I hate, but I would dance to it. Why? Because the bitches are on the dance floor. So the bitches are chasing the songs. You chasing the bitches.
And I will happily admit, I do like Drake. I do. I probably bought every album except for...
You bought the albums?
Yeah, I bought the album. Yeah, I did.
albums?
The only
Well,
ones I
you
didn't
bought the
buy,
albums.
I didn't buy Views from the Six. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Views from the Six, and I didn't buy Scorpio.
Yo,
I like Drake. I ain't gonna lie, man.
He bought the
I'm gonna
albums.
tell you why I like Drake, right? Okay, I'm gonna tell
Go
you.
ahead, tell us why. Tell us why.
And then
We lost Shawn.
After you finish, I'm gonna get in your ass.
Yo, we lost Shawn for
I'm
a time.
gonna tell you why I like Drake, because Drake reminds me of who I used to be when I was in high school. When I was in high school,
Pussy whip nigga, bro?
when I was in high school,
I think every nigga was at some point.
When
Yeah,
I was in
at
high
some
school,
point, but
I was that
I won't
dude.
go on the record saying when.
I was just I was a sensitive guy. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it because I was raised
He was
primarily
Degrassi.
raised by women. So you try to do what women, tell you should do for other women.
Right.
Be a gentleman. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to do this for a woman. You want to do that for a woman. But then, once you get your heart broken, and that woman rips that heart out your
Bro, that
chest,
changes you, bro.
pour steak sauce on it, and eat your heart right in front of you, then that's when you wake up every morning. You put your Joker makeup on.
My man went deep into
I
that.
gotta put that in my next round.
Yo, he
I
just
give you
went deep
10%.
into it.
No, I'm being this.
You know what my
I
boy
mean?
said to me? He tried to diss me, and like I said, that was kind of dope. He said the only bars you got is soap.
Damn.
Oh, that's
He
fucked
called
up.
You ass.
Yeah,
Now,
bro, that's fucked up.
Now I do want to say this is no shots to nobody.
Oh, I can't wait till you finish.
All I'm saying is the guy that I've become. Don't get me wrong. Like,
It's Suge Knight.
I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned a hell of a lot over the years. Valuable information I could teach my son.
You learned it from Drake.
So hopefully he doesn't make the same mistakes I did.
He's
But
not
I'm
even
not-
waiting. He's
But
not
I'm
even
not.
waiting.
But I'm not gonna lie. When I listen to Drake, it takes me back to when I was
Takes
in
you
high
to
school.
my happy
It
place.
takes me back to when I was in high school, man.
Bruh, I'm done.
I'm sorry, I
This
love
nigga-
you, my nigga, but he basically said Drake takes him to his happy place. Let me
I
tell you.
can't.
Basically.
Now,
I should cut that right there.
hell no. Let that shit roll. Listen, I respect that you had enough guts to say that you actually bought.
Or maybe drunk enough lights.
Nah, I mean, I will say this though. When I bought Take Care, I did not like that album, and I thought
Take Care?
Yeah, and I thought Marvin's Room was the most
What
sucker song in the world.
Yo, not for nothing. I think Chris Brown did Marvin's Room better. I don't know if you guys heard Chris Brown.
Freestyle remix.
Nah, I
No.
never heard
He
it.
took the song and basically did that song, but better.
I hear it. And I like Chris Brown, but I didn't hear that shit.
Yo, you gotta listen to it.
I've never been that type of dude where you run into a chick who has a dude and you're like, fuck that nigga, man. You do better over here. I've never been that type of guy. If it's so
Respect.
when I was single, wifey, please don't say shit because I know she gonna watch this.
Yo, what up, wifey?
But when I was single and someone said, yo, I got a man. All right, bet, you back off. I'm not going to sit here and say some sucker shit like, oh, fuck that nigga that
Really?
you love so bad.
You said that shit? You backed off?
Yeah, I'm going to
Yo,
back
you
off.
was a good big nigga, yo. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Back
I
in
ain't- I
high
ain't back
school,
off a couple
you got a
times,
man?
I'm better.
You can have two, bitch.
I'm
What's up?
better.
Yeah, I'm going to back off,
I'm the
man.
better man, damn
Yo,
it.
he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I gotta give
I'm
it to you.
gonna-
He's a
I'm
good
gonna
dude.
back off.
Now, yeah, of course. But I'm talking like high school, middle school. It's a couple of chicks. You know how you walking in the hallway, everybody walking in the hallway before class start. I used to hit on everything. I ain't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. And don't you tell nobody.
But also I've been that type of dude where growing up, like, yo, if you got a crush on your man's sister, you need to go talk to your man's first. Like, yo, listen.
But that's your man's. That's respectable. But any other niggas like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah. If it's someone I don't know, just like,
or let's.
Why do I care?
I give you a scenario. So, my ex-girlfriend's little brother, we were cool. You said we were best friends, right? We played ball together.
And said was. You know what happened.
Well, you know, you grow up and you know
what
happened. Don't get me wrong. He's still.
After he's done, I got a story.
Don't get me wrong. We still cool. He just lives down in Louisiana.
Okay.
We still cool, but he dated some girl in high school. They broke up. A couple months later, she comes to me. She wants to talk. I'm like, listen, I gotta talk to him first. See how he feels.
Right.
So I approached him. We both walked over to their house. I said, listen, man, this girl, she's feeling me. Me and you, we cool. How would you feel if me and her, we started a little something?
And they talked before, prior.
Yeah. They I don't even know if they even hooked up.
Okay.
But I went to him as a man. I said, listen, me and her, we kind of want to get something going. She's showing some interest. So, I'm coming to get your blessing. If you say no, I'm just kicking that bitch to the curb.
That's respectable.
If you say, I don't care, then okay, then we'll try to get something going. He said, I respect that, do you. We only lasted for 2 weeks. But
just enough time to hit.
Never did.
No?
I got two stories. One shorter than the other. And both in the same topic. I did have a boy that I was kind of cool with. I didn't really care about, but I was kind of cool with. I dated his ex. I told him about it. I didn't ask him. I told him about it. I'm dating her. I don't care. Whatever. The second story, it was this girl who was into me.
Yeah, that first story was fast as fuck. God damn. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't matter. I ain't asked. I dated her.
Move right along.
The second story, there was this chick that was into me, right? She had a man. Whatever. I'm in high school. Whatever. I was messing with her. She wanted me to go to her softball game in like Shabazz High School in Newark. So I went, whatever. I met her man, bro, and I'm messing with her. This nigga gave me bus fare to catch the bus home.
That nigga sound like
Yo, so when he found out that I was messing with her, bro, and I was on the phone because I wanted to hear it. I felt like I should tell him, like, well, can you put me on? Because I want to hear this. It sounds entertaining. Just put me on 3-way. Put me on mute. I'll put myself on mute. He was like, bruh, I feel, you know how much of a clown I feel like? I done gave this nigga bus fare for the bus to get home, and you was fucking with him? I was like, I was dying on that other side. I was a piece of shit.
In all defense of young niggas, man, in high school, you don't really know the moral code.
Nor do you care.
That too. But you got a book, what's that? Like, really, like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. You got a fucking boxer full of dick and balls, and you just ready to go. Like, you don't give a fuck. I know I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't give a. I was ruthless, bro. Like, I was ruthless. I would walk bitches to their class, like this down the hallway. All right, here, class. Turn around, grab the next one coming, and walk the other way to her class. Like, niggas, we don't give a. Like, I didn't understand the whole moral code of I'm in a relationship until probably about maybe senior after high school. I didn't give a fuck, dude. I'm ruthless.
See, you know what
But I wasn't ruthless enough to buy Drake's album.
See, you know what my problem was, man? And I fault no one but my own. Because I cut my father out a lot of my life in high school. So a lot of problems I had, I never went to my father, who I should have been going to.
Yeah.
But I automatically knew what he was going to say. So that's why I would always go to my mom. And this is a shout out to Beige Phillip Podcast, because I learned a lot from listening to them. If you're hunting deer, you don't go to a deer to learn how to hunt deer. You go to a hunter. Break that down. If you're going to hunt women, you don't go to a woman to figure out how to hunt women. You go to a man.
That's tricky.
I gotta disagree.
That's what you have to do.
Because women know women better.
I gotta disagree, bro.
Yeah,
because as someone who also grew up with women, grandmother.
And Luffy.
Aunt. Luffy's a nigga, bro.
Allegedly.
You know what? Whatever. Aunt. So I went from living from my grandmother and my aunts.
I learned a lot of game from bitches.
To living with my mother and my sisters. I get along with girls more than I get along with niggas. 'Cause you know why? Because I grew up with them.
Why? I can tell you like this. See, being around my mom and being around a bunch of
how
other
they
women,
work.
I've learned how to deal with crazy women, how to deal with their emotions and shit like that. But at the end of the day, my mother isn't going to a club to pick up a woman. My mom ain't doing that.
Shit.
But,
Shit.
But they
This day and age, you never know.
now, but we talking OG shit. But and no matter what generation you grew up in, a woman knows a woman better than a nigga. So I learned a lot of my game from my stepsisters. My mom, not too much, because I never went to her about any chicks I was dating.
Yeah.
Never, because I was like, yo, because I knew she was gonna be like, well, you can't do this, you shouldn't do that. And as a nigga, you never want to hear you can't do. Why? Right? Because I remember I was dating a chick. No names needed. I was dating a chick. She came to my house. I walked her from my house to her house. Right? In the process of me walking from my house to her house, another chick called my phone, my house phone. My mom answers. The chick goes, hey, can I speak to Shawn? My mom, being an innocent bystander, goes, hey, baby, isn't Shawn walking you home right now? Cop block like a motherfucker. Damage control. Right? So, what I learned from a woman is that they won't straight tell you how to pick them up, but they'll tell you what they like to hear. So, I guess it's sort of the same. You know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't there, but I can only imagine if I asked my dad, he would give me some reckless shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you get the bitch file, you get this, you hit it, you do this, you spend a couple dollars, you do this. Because my dad was more of an impressionist who liked to impress.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to learn the game on my own. And I'm pretty sure I ruined a couple bitches' life.
Yeah.
I know I did. I was reckless, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, for half my life, I grew up with my grandmother, my aunts. Like, my aunts were like kind of like my sisters growing up. I had the one I did not get along with.
Wait, you had sister aunts?
Damn. Nah, they were like my sisters.
You fucked me up.
Listen.
Maybe it's the Henny. I don't know.
So they had a couple friends. You know, you ever have family, they have some friends like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, everybody went through that phase. Yo, hook me up with your friend.
Yo, if I was they were older than me. But if
No,
I was a
no,
little
no.
older, because I was around that age where like I thought girls had cooties. Bro, if I was a
Who was
little...
you, 6?
Yes. Probably.
What the fuck, Cole?
Yes. Listen.
Bitch, cooties evaporated when I was like 13. Bitch.
I wasn't 13, bro.
Alright, you were 12 and a half.
I was somewhere around 6. Probably somewhere around 6. That's probably fair to say.
Not for nothing. I think you were more advanced early on. Because I can't remember chasing bitches.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, when I was 5 years old,
I can't remember.
I was all in on girls, bro.
I think I was I was Michael Jordan, sports, tag.
Bro, I could tell you a story right now.
At 6, y'all niggas.
All right, but hold on. No.
I could tell you
At 6?
I could tell you a story. Something that I did at the age of 5 fucking years old.
I can't.
5 or 6.
I can't go on the record saying
I
what
can
I
tell
did
you
on
right
this
now.
Yo,
My mom knows about it. I don't even know if she remembers.
Wait, y'all niggas.
But I'm not telling you.
Y'all niggas at 5 or 6 were that invested in your hormones that y'all was chasing?
I can't put it
at
on air.
6?
Yo, I'll tell you
I can tell you the first girl I ever had feelings for.
Nigga, at 6, I was too busy playing fucking what's the game with the Nintendo, but the track me shit with the
the track and field joint.
Yeah, when you know the cheat code, you started out on it, but when you figured out that you can just use your hand.
Yeah,
6?
I can't. I'll tell you
At
after
6?
the podcast.
Bro,
I'll tell you after.
Am I late to the game?
Bro,
yes.
In kindergarten, there was this Asian girl named Christina.
Asian?
I had a crush on her big time.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I had my first girlfriend at 8. But I wasn't thinking about fucking. It was just like, she was the prettiest girl in school. It was like bragging rights.
Let me tell you.
My grandfather had me married at like fucking 3, bro.
Yo,
My grandfather had me married at like 3. He already had the girl I was going to marry at 3.
Oh, you got some arranged shit.
Let me tell you a funny story,
5,
man.
6, y'all niggas is crazy.
Back in 2000.
I'm late to the game.
Back in 2010, for me and my wife got married. It's like 4 years before we got married, right? We on a booze cruise. It's me, her, a bunch of our friends. This girl I went to school with comes up to me. I think her name was Laura. she says hi, give her a hug, whatever. I ain't seen this girl in years. She goes, did you know that we got married in kindergarten? I was like, huh?
Oh, that shit. Circle yes or no.
Yo, no. This is what she said, right? This is what she said. She said, I came in with my great-grandmother's ring, diamond ring.
To school?
To school. Went up to her and said, will you marry me? She said yes. Put the ring on the finger. Went home. She went to her mom. Yo, look, I got married.
Got her ass beat.
She was like, where the fuck did you get that from?
Yo.
Stole out of
He got his ass beat,
She was like, I got it from this boy Tony, blase, blah.
But it was her grandmother's ring.
It was my great.
It was his grandmother's ring.
It was my.
Oh, you put the ring on.
I put the
He
ring
got
on.
his ass beat, bro.
Oh my god.
She brings the ring back. Said my mom said I can't have this ring.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember what happened after. I didn't even remember that. I looked at it, I was like, so legally we married? Okay.
No, it wasn't documented, bro.
It was,
I
that shit was
remember-
crazy.
I used funny story, right? I grew up in Galloway in South Jersey. And we used to go to this church. Now, mind you, I was the first black kid to go to this church. The church bus, it had a bus and a van. The bus
Hallelujah.
No, it was to get me strong. So the bus would come Sundays, the van would come Wednesdays, right?
Oh, damn.
It was a chick, her name was Anna Perez. Loved me to death. And she was one of those chicks where you see her every now and then, you be like, I don't know if I can fuck with that. But some nights you see her, oh yeah, I gotta fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? She's one of them type, right?
Yeah.
So she came to school one day. This I wanna say this is my freshman year maybe, or maybe 8th grade. He comes to school with a gold necklace. The gold necklace had, I don't know, it was the Virgin Mary or one of the St. Paul, St. Peter's, one of them homies. So I'm like, oh shit, thanks. She's like, hey, I bought this for you. I'm thinking, sweet. I'm about to stunt. Nigga, like, mind you, I'm only 8th grade, you're what? You're what? 6th? No, 8th grade. How old are you?
It was like 13,
14.
14.
So you're
You're like
13,
13, 14.
So it was between 7th and 8th grade. So, mind you, none of us got no real money to buy some gold shit, right? So I'm like, oh shit, thank you, right? It was church. She came and brought it to church. So I'm rocking to school. Everybody's seeing it. I'm like, yo, Anna bought me this shirt. All right. Well, some way, somehow, I never knew this, but I guess it was her dad's. She broke into it. I don't know if she broke into it or she just took it, right? It was her dad's jewelry box. Now, the parents narrowed the shit down to figure out the time frame. Knew she went to church. So the parents called the church. Hey, my daughter had this gold necklace. If you see it, it fits this description. Keep an eye on it, right? A couple weeks later, here I am in Wednesday night service, sitting up in the pew. Anna's right here. We got the hymn. We singing and shit. After this church, the pastor's wife comes up to me. Hey, Shawn, where you got the necklace? Oh, my friend gave it to me. She said she bought it for me. She calls Anna. Anna, you didn't... Where's this necklace come from? I bought it from. She's still riding with the whole lie. The parents was at the church. Parents come in. That's my necklace. Me being the fucking nigga. I'm like, no, it's not. She got it for me. She loved me. She got it for me. Yo, they stripped me of my shit. Took my shit. Because he had... it was Polaroid pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It's my shit. I got Polaroid pictures. I'm looking at her, she looking at me, I'm looking at the parents. I'm like, damn. Now, in my mind, it was like, yo, all I could think about is me shining. Fuck what's about to happen to you when you get home. All I can think about is, yo, you taking my jewels. Like, what the like, I was the nigga in school. It was either middle school, high school, from 8th to freshman year or whatever. But all I could think about was like, fuck, I was killing these niggas. I know you about to get fucked up when you get home, but they ain't my concern.
Basically.
Right? Give the old man back the necklace. Anna looks at me. I'm sorry, got the puppy dog face. Oh, but all right, cool. Now, while this was going on, the church had notified my mom and my stepdad. So I get home from church. I'm coming, hey, Mom, hey. I didn't call my stepdad Dad because he just, from early on, he already gave me a nickname for him, right?
Yeah.
So I called him his nickname. What happened at church tonight? No kids. Nothing? Me. What happened to the necklace you had? Oh, me lying, not knowing because I'm a kid. Oh, I gave it back to Anna. She said she needed it back. No, that's a lie. Where's his necklace, Shawn? Alright, Mom. The dad said she stole it from him. So why you take it? I'm like, Mom, why you mean why I take it? I was killing him. If somebody come up to you and say, yo, I got a gift for you, you're not going to question where it came from. Who does that? Nobody does.
Where's that?
I put that, and that shit was hefty. It was like, before I even knew what Cuban links was, it was, Spanish people, they always rock thick Cuban. Like, so I'm like, oh shit, my shit heavy. I'm killing it. You know my mom beat my ass for taking a gift? I said, what type of shit is this? Like, how was I supposed to know it was stolen? She come to school. In hindsight, as I get older, okay, as a kid,
probably can't get your hands on
you
that.
can't afford that, number one.
But as a kid, it's a gift.
I'm killing it.
Merry Christmas to me.
Now, the funny part of this whole story is I completely forgot what the fuck we were talking about prior to this. I just drifted way the fuck off.
What were we talking about?
I forgot.
We got on Drake.
Oh, thank you. Wait. I can't wait. So, being a big, strong black man that you are, you actually purchased Drake albums.
Yes, I did.
Almost all of them.
Wow.
Yo.
That's amazing.
That's
I
a
give
new
you
life.
I give you credit for that.
That's a new life.
Because I always told myself, like, I could never get in my car. Now, I don't know if you did this, but I know a couple of niggas who used to work with us. And I seen it in person. I'm going to say his name, Will. I remember going when Fabulous came down to Scores, a strip club in Hard Rock. I remember being at the red light, me and my manager, L, we walking. Now, at this time, me and Will already had our differences, right? So I'm at the corner. I just hear Drake. I'm thinking it's Chicks, right? Because Chicks is the only one who really blasts Drake out their car.
Yes.
I turn. It's Will, and he's got 3 of his homies in the car. So it's 4 niggas in the car
All
blasting
bumping
Drake,
Drake?
singing word for word. I thought that was the gayest shit I ever saw in my life.
I would have agreed with you.
Now, if you got Drake and you by yourself or with a chick, like Drake is one of them artists like you gotta play his songs with a chick or by
when the
yourself.
chick's around.
Well, yeah,
Right?
I mainly play that shit by myself.
That's why I can never buy it because I didn't want to be that guy at the red light. You pull up, you like, what up, Rock? What's up, bro? You been? Is that Drake, nigga? And you get tear coming
Nigga,
down
I'll be in my
face.
feelings.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what?
you wanna know who got me into Drake?
It had to be a chick.
This nigga's uncle.
Oh, now the truth comes.
Oh no! He downloaded me a Drake mixtape.
That's different.
Before we go
Nah,
on,
it was hard.
before we proceed, let me
Okay.
go on the record as
Okay.
saying I didn't know this.
You
Yeah,
didn't know
nah.
what? You didn't know it was Drake.
I didn't know he was fucking with Drake, bro.
Who?
I know.
My uncle.
Nah, I don't know per se your uncle was fucking with Drake like that. He just said, because back then, your uncle used to download mixtapes all the time. He was selling them. It's a little side hustle.
Yo.
So he
So
came.
in his defense, he's gonna download anything that's
Yeah,
pop.
so he was like, yo, Tone, I got something. Check it out. I listened to it. The shit was hard. So when I went and bought his first album, I'll tell you right now, it's fucking disappointing. I was like,
early Drake is different from Drake now.
I was like, what? And my favorite
Because Drake
song,
now has got like,
It's all female.
yeah.
my favorite song, the first
He found
album
his crowd.
was the joint he did with Jeezy. Now back then, when that album came out, I was single. I was going through a whole lot.
He was emotional.
Yeah.
Be honest for the podcast.
Yeah, I was. But you
Your
know
big
what?
ass was
But
emotional.
hold on. Back then, I had my convertible Mustang, right? So, you riding through the city,
Playing Drake, picking up
playing
bitches.
that Jeezy with Drake shit. It just hit different.
I ain't gonna lie. The first song I actually loved the Drake's. And it's funny because I didn't know it was Drake on the whole song. It was it was a song that Drake came out. I'll be on the pass. I can't remember the lyrics, but I thought it was Drake featuring Trey Songz. It was an early song. It was
It was Drake all the way through.
It was Drake singing and rapping, but he sung in a melody that sounded like the early Trey songs. I be on my.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Take Care. Not the album, the song.
Drake.
with I think it was Rihanna.
Give me my phone. I gotta look it up. It's gonna fuck with me.
I think it was Rihanna that he did Take Care with.
Here's my thing. How did we get on to Drake?
Cause you
nigga.
downloaded
What were
Drake.
we talking about right before that?
We
was on something. I don't remember.
We were saying something, and you were like, "I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with Drake."
I don't remember what we were talking about.
I know you started it,
Yeah, I know.
Y'all got me fucked up. I gotta find this song now.
nigga. You got you.
I'll
fucked
be on
up.
my bed. No, I'll be on my. Fuck.
I'll be on my.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I got a list of Drake songs right here.
I feel like I know what song you're talking about.
Best I ever had.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
best
say
I
that.
ever had.
I knew it was best song.
ever- Yeah,
When I first heard that song, I was like, yo, Drake and Trey Songz killed this shit.
baby, you my everything.
Yes.
you all I ever wanted.
That song was hot because at that time, because I didn't know Drake was singing, I was like, yo, he's killing the verses and he got a singer on it. I never knew this nigga was singing and rapping.
That's
So
what
that fucked me up.
That's what threw me off with his first album. Because I even put on Facebook, I'm like, yo, is this an R&B album or is this a hip hop album? Like, I'm
Both,
lost.
man. Drake is
I was
like
lost.
Drake is like rap wanted to be R&B.
Yeah.
That's what Drake is. Yeah. That's why I don't view Drake as like a pure rapper. I can't give him that credit because like he raps for women and it's like it's more like you're trying to be an R&B artist rapping. And it's just like just be an R&B artist.
Yeah, but see, you can say the same thing about Ja Rule. You can say the same thing about 50 Cent.
50 Cent did it.
You
50
can-
Cent stole Ja Rule's whole formula in the early days.
I mean,
Fair.
you can even say the same thing about Method Man with You're All I Need.
Fair?
No.
No?
I could be stretching though.
Because the reason why
Yeah, it could be-
the reason why is because he stuck to rapping and featured a singer.
Yeah.
Ja Rule, 50 Cent was rapping and I won't say singing, but they was rapping and harmonizing
Not for nothing
on their
now.
own.
Not for nothing now.
That's
This
different.
shit nowadays.
Oh,
It's
this
like-
shit all fucked up.
This
These
shit
niggas-
nowadays.
these
No. I mean like real rappers featuring female artists. That shit it hits good.
It's dope.
It hits
Yo,
hard, bro.
one of my new up and coming artists. I forgot to say this.
That's what it was. We're
She's a
talking about
female.
up and coming artists. That's
She's
what
a
it was.
female.
Yeah, but Drake's not an up and coming artist. Still don't know why you mentioned Drake.
Yeah,
Cause I don't remember.
either.
We'd have to rewind it.
Shit,
But-
I don't know. But it's a female.
Can't even
ra-
justify it, bro.
It's a female rapper that I fuck with heavy from Detroit. Her name is Cash Doll.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yo, there was this female. Oh
Dope.
man, I don't know. I don't
Shout
remember
out
her
to
name.
Cash Doll. She's dope.
There was
I need a feature.
Female rapper just passed recently. I don't remember who it was, but rest in peace her. I don't remember her name.
A female rapper that just
Really recent.
Yo, you
really
heard
recent.
Webby died?
Lil Webby?
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Get
whoever the hell
the
that
nigga
is.
with the sharp ass fro?
43 years old, man.
He had the tightest fro in the game at one point.
And the meanest unibrow.
Oh shit.
bro.
Yeah, he died
Lil
not
Webby?
too long ago, man.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Alright, so before we drift off again.
We've drifted off plenty.
Alright, so for up and coming artists, because I honestly don't listen
Did
to
you even mention yours?
No.
I like shout out to Cash Doll. That's my favorite.
So
And
because
she's bad.
because I don't listen to too many new artists or whatnot.
What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, he's a Nas fanatic.
Are you Nas? I like you already. You the roommate, right?
Yes, bro.
What's happening, sir?
All
You alright,
right.
bro?
My man.
So I'm gonna go with Partisan Fontaine.
I never
Fucking
even
hate
heard
y'all.
of that.
Alright, so Partisan Fontaine, the first time I heard about him, he did I guess when Nicki Minaj put out that Hard White.
That's not that British artist.
No,
right?
no, he's actually written for Cardi B. He's been around for a while. Never really
Low-key.
officially dropped an album, but he's put out mixtapes here and there. I believe his first one might have been in 2014. Don't quote me. I don't know too much about Partisan Fontaine, but when I heard the shit that he did on Hard White Beat, the only way you could listen to that song is you go on YouTube. I used to put my phone on YouTube in the car and bang that shit.
Yeah, man.
So then he put out the Rodman joint last year, and then the Shea Butter, which I like Partisan Fontaine. I think he's dope. You know what I mean? And I haven't really had a chance to listen to the joint he dropped last year called Section 8, but best believe I got to get on my job and I got to listen to it. Too much shit in the backlog as it is right now.
There's a lot out
Partisan
there, man.
Fontaine is dope.
There's a lot out there. Now,
You know what I noticed about the hip hop game now? It's starting to become more international too.
yeah,
Like you didn't hear too much of like.
That's
there's a
'cause
couple
it's different.
African
That's only 'cause
artists,
it's
London.
different.
Yeah. No, like they really got because back in the day, they would follow the USA trend and copy them, but now they got. There's a Jay-Z somewhere in London right now.
No, yeah.
Killing.
That
You know
I
what I'm saying?
honestly believe because of what our artists are doing right now,
Yeah.
that the other artists in other countries is like, fuck it.
No,
Now I can do what old
they've
school's
been
doing.
doing it. You know what the difference is? It's now
It sounds better now.
No, now it's digital. You can find them now.
Mm.
Because you got to remember back in the early 90s, late 90s, 2000, the chances of me and you as 17, 18-year-olds going on www.com and typing up London artists
Yeah.
was rare.
Oh, shit.
True.
We,
True.
we wouldn't do it because we wouldn't know who the fuck we looking for. But now with Instagram and Twitter, you know, it's saturated. Now you can find niggas better.
Bro, they got Korean trap music.
Yeah, this shit been existing.
They got
bro.
Korean trap
This
music.
shit been existing, but we just it's
I'm not
just
gonna lie,
now
trap
easy-
beats. Trap beats are fucking
they're
dope.
Yeah.
I'll give
They're
them
dope.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
one more topic I want to visit.
Let's do it.
Who is an artist you want to hear one more album from? One more.
Nigga, that's easy. You know. I actually, my last dying hip hop will would be Jay-Z and Nas complete album. That shit will rock the fucking culture, bro.
Coexisting. Coexisting album
Yeah,
between the two.
two of them, one album.
Is the beef squashed?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
squash.
They done songs together.
Yeah,
Alright,
they done plenty of songs after that. The last time I heard Nas on a Jay-Z song was not 444, the Magna Carta. It was Billionaire's Boy, PCC. But they did a couple like that, just them two together on a full length. I'm not talking no EP, 5, 6 songs, 7 songs. I'm talking about 12 or better. Will fuck the game up.
You know what would be hot?
So,
If they picked some of their best songs, right?
Mhm.
And they redid it to where like New York State of Mind. I think what Nas had 2 or 3 verses on that. Throw a Jade verse on that.
Yo, you know what they did at Jay-Z is a club in not a club, it's like a theater in New York called Webster Hall. Woo, this Henny is something serious. It's called Webster Hall. They had closed it down for a certain amount of years and reopened it, and Jay-Z was the first to reopen the act, right? So Jay-Z comes out. So you know what they did? He bring Nas out, right? Now, if you don't know this, Jay-Z had a song called Dead Presidents, right?
Yup.
But Nas's vocals for the hook is on there.
From The World Is Yours.
No, from I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Yeah, I know. He got that from The World
Yeah,
Is Yours.
you're right. So when they come out, Jay-Z's doing this song. How'd it go? Jay-Z. It was Dead Presidents and I think it might be the Murder Show. But anyway, they wind up somehow, I can pull it up, but it's going to make this whole shit stretch out. But what they did was they flipped it, right? So Dead President, Jay-Z's Dead President comes on the song. But instead of Jay-Z rapping his song, Nas does, I think he did The World Is Yours, vocals to the Dead President's beat. Like they flip-flop that shit.
Yo.
I got the footage. It was crazy. I'm gonna show y'all after this. I'm sorry that people won't see it, but I gotta show my niggas. The way they did it was bananas. Like they flip-flop the song.
if you're curious,
In the
look it
beat.
up.
I know I ain't gotta look it up. I got it in my
No,
phone.
not you, bro.
Talking to them.
The listeners.
Oh well, they gotta find a link.
Yeah, they got.
All right, so that's what I would say. So I'm gonna pull this up and y'all go to y'all one more album.
All right, so you go ahead, sir.
Nah, I still gotta think about mine. It's you.
Okay, so for me, and this might fly over y'all head, because Ice Cube put out an album last year.
That's why I couldn't pick them either.
So I'm going to go with the Far Side.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people may not know the
I
Far
forgot
Side.
about them. Yeah,
But
they
it's almost
OG.
like an alternative hip hop group from the early '90s.
Mhm.
You know, what was I forgot what the first album was. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself. So I was just listening to the album the other day. Was it a Far Ride from the Far Side, something like
Some
that?
shit like that.
Second album, Lab in California. Now I want it with the original members, not just Booty Brown and Imani like they did in like 2004. No, I need Fat Lip, Slim Kid Trey, Booty Brown, and Imani. Now I know I definitely heard these dudes back in the day when I was younger, because when I was younger it was all about VH1, BET, MTV.
Yeah.
I was all about watching music videos.
The music jukebox, the box.
Yeah, the box.
man,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I know I definitely heard these dudes before. I rediscovered them probably back in 2006, 2007, and I went out and bought Lab Cab in California, right?
Or if you're up there enough, you go on the cable box and look for the free music on the on demand.
Yeah, but I would love to hear something from the Far Side, man. I think they're a severely underrated group.
They were kind of like Goody Mob before Goody Mob. Would you say?
You could say that. I will say
Like an Outkast type of vibe, Goody Mob type of vibe, De La Soul type of, like, there was a whole bunch of shit in one.
yeah, like they were dope, man. Like I think if you want a good representation of them, I would say listen to the song Drop and watch the video.
Drop was dope.
They
Drop?
filmed the
Drop?
whole video in reverse. And then when they showed the video, they played it, the regular way. So the video,
So they actually walking, they rapping but walking backwards.
yeah. So they be like walking backwards, like
I
in the
remember that
video,
shit.
they're losing clothes and shit. Shit is so dope, man. So dope.
Now, I was also gonna say Ice Cube would have been my pick if he wasn't still putting out music.
Yo, you just still
Yo,
Ice
stealing,
Cube all
stealing.
night from this.
Yo, he
nigga,
goes
man.
hard. I'm not gonna lie, he goes hard.
All night.
I can't deny it. Cannot deny it. I can't say Eminem. Still, he just put out an album. I can't say Eminem put out an album. What, Friday morning?
He wanted to say Eminem.
I did. But he won't retire.
And no, not to cut you off, I would have even said Ice-T, but I think Ice-T I think he just dropped a couple songs.
That
not too long ago.
nigga got good with the TV shit, though. He probably ain't even thinking about that shit.
But
Now-
he did put out a hard rock album not too long ago with a Body Count.
We gotta give that a listen to.
heard
So
it.
next time we get
that-
Shawn out, we'll
That song Talk Shit Get Shot, that shit kind of hard. I'm not into rock and roll, but that's just kind of hard,
Hey
man.
man. Nah, but if I had to pick an artist, even if it was a collaboration, I'd do Dre.
Dre and who?
Dre and Eminem, he pairs well with M.
He not doing no production with his shit though. Oh, you
I
talking
think
about
he
him
retired, bro. Him rapping. Like,
rapping?
when
He
Dre
got-
came
he
out,
got too much. He got a lot of money. He probably like fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Make
he's-
beats.
Yeah.
I think the last song he actually
Compton
put out
album.
was
The Compton album.
no. Last single he put out,
Who's Dre?
yeah, was I Need a Doctor with M and Skylar Grey, I think.
Oh,
it was.
no.
No, he had the Compton album.
He put out
after
the
that.
Compton album back in like 2015,
Yeah,
2015.
Yeah?
it was after that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was right after Straight Outta Compton dropped.
because it was
Really?
supposed to be called. Everybody thought it was going to be called
Detox.
the Detox
Hmm.
after the Chronic Part 2, right? But he did it. It was basically a soundtrack for the movie Straight Outta Compton, but it was basically all Dre with some features. Yeah, that was way after that.
Oh yeah, because I Need a Doctor came out like
I remember that
2010 or
video.
11.
I remember that video. They had the whole hospital type of shit going on.
I've never seen the video, but I do remember the
I know
song. And for the record, I did not like the song. But that's
No, the
just-
Compton shit was. They was talking. That was like, yo, that
But
shit
you
was
didn't,
tough.
you didn't like I Need a Doctor?
No, I didn't like
Damn, I liked
it. It
it.
sounded too poppy to me.
That's fair.
The Compton shit. That,
Yeah, that Compton
I'll do one more Dre album.
He had
though.
Game on that. He had a lot of niggas on that shit. Yo.
I gotta listen to it.
That was the first time Cube was on the record in a while.
With him.
Yeah.
Of one
That
of his beats.
honestly, that if that's true, that's probably what gave Cube the itch to make another album.
Nah, because it was so many years from the Compton to
Till the
Cube
last
was
one he put out?
year.
Well, you know,
Last
they
year, right?
did work together for
Sometimes it take a while though.
for the Next Friday soundtrack. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was MC Ren, Snoop Dogg, Dre, Cube, might have been one or two other people on that track.
Not for nothing, I like the Friday soundtracks.
You don't?
I like them.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I do
Like-
too.
You know what I
They-
like
they
to
bump
see,
hard.
yo? And they probably working on it because them niggas is different, weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
One more Outkast album. Because Big Boy just dropped the album. What's it? Boomerverse. Maybe 2-3 years ago. You got a couple of joints on there, but I like to see them two together. Because Andre 3000 he's up there as one of the best.
He is.
Especially being from the South. Like, cause when I think of the South, it's a certain sound they have, right? But there's a couple artists from the South that don't sound like they belong in the South, right? Like, I always say Ludacris, he don't sound like Bootsy or Jeezy or Gucci, cause he Ludacris could actually rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to take nothing from the other guys, but they make those songs that you can chant, right? Cause for a while the down south songs had shit that you can just repeat, you can chant. You know what I'm saying? No, it's real shit. But when I heard Ludacris, he was rapping. When I heard T.I., he was rapping. Like, I think...
Yo, where the hell is T.I. right now?
That
He's
nigga's
a monster,
chilling.
man.
I think T.I., if it wasn't for his accent, for his southern draw, or whatever the fuck you call it, you wouldn't know him from now. Because he rap like he belong up north. He actually rap. And Andre 3000 is one of those up there. I would like to see Outkast do one more. A double album or however they fucking put that shit together. I like to see him do one more.
I'm not even gonna
For the
lie.
culture.
What put me on T.I. was Dead and Gone with Justin Timberlake.
You would like some sensitive shit. You in that fucking loafy, man.
You know what? I'll even throw another group out there that y'all may not think that I know about. Philly's Most Wanted.
Damn, that's retro, nigga.
Philly's Most Wanted.
Ooh.
Yo, that first album, yo, I still got that shit, bro.
Fuck that. I need one more Wu-Tang album. All of them. All the members. Fuck the politics. Fuck the money. I need one more Wu-Tang album. Not that album that came out a couple years ago where the nigga bought it and sold it for art to one person, and that one person had to like take an oath to never release it or let anybody listen to it.
Yeah.
No, we need one more like Wu-Tang Forever. That double album. That shit changed the game. Triumph. It's Yours.
Yeah.
You had old Dirt on there with that song? Dog Shit. That was my shit, bitch. Oh, bitch. I need one more Wu-Tang album with all the members, all the original members, not all these, not the add-ons like Grave Diggers or Sons of Man or no, just the straight. Was it 9? I think it's 9 original members.
Mm-hmm.
I need one more Wu-Tang album for the culture.
I'll even go as far as saying State Prop Volume 3.
Oh, State Property.
State Prop
Volume 3.
Volume 3.
That's hard.
I love State Prop back in the
I
day.
want another Wayne album, but I want another old school Wayne album. No, don't get me wrong.
I'll be alright.
Don't get me wrong.
I mean, he can drop one.
No, he dropped one,
yeah,
but
but
he
it
ain't
took
dropped
so
nothing
long.
old school.
What's old school to him? Because
For
as an artist, you gotta grow, right? With the
Yo, you
time.
gotta grow as an
like
artist.
Jay-Z said. Everybody, and I always go back to Jay. I know y'all tired of hearing it, but Jay-Z said, y'all want me to rap like Reasonable Doubt, but I ain't doing Reasonable Doubt shit. I'm a fucking billionaire.
No, that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
gonna teach you about how to buy property. Like 444, his last album, he told you how to invest in property, how to invest in painting artwork.
Nah, that's so fair. Just for the simple fact that, like, I say that about Eminem. Like, they want him to be the Slim Shady he was
Yeah,
back
but
in
he
the
went
day.
to rehab.
But yeah, he grew up, man. Like, and
No,
if you listen
he
to
didn't
it,
grow up.
well,
He just went to rehab.
Yo, I love the fact that Dead Prez.
he said, nah, he didn't grow up. He went to rehab.
I love the fact
He got
that,
better.
that back when I was in high school, Dead Prez released a song called Hell Yeah, where they basically told you how to commit credit card fraud. Fucking love it.
Yeah. All right. So
And Jay-Z was featured on the track.
You're right. You're right.
That was my shit though, man. That shit
My
was dope.
my closing statement is, I would like to see a Watch the Throne 2 with, instead of Kanye, it'd be Jay-Z and Nas, and another Wu-Tang album with the RZA. Here's the key part to that shit. The RZA has to do the beats.
Okay.
The RZA has to do the beats because all these, they all got fairly new shit out there, but the RZA is not doing the production. So whatever crew beef they got, y'all need to squash it, lock in for a month or 2 months in the Wu Mansion, and let the RZA go to work.
Yes, sir. All right. Well.
And Shawn Rock.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm gonna stay firm with the Far Side, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I do. I have to say I do like the Far Side. You know.
But you know the curse about rappers who got older, right? And I noticed that like sometimes they kind of lose their shit with age.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of rappers that stay sharp with their age.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know what. Let's just
But
say,
I think that's what separates.
no, cause you can fall off.
No, you can fall off, but
Let's
like
just
if
say-
you can stay on,
If
that separates.
that's the key word. But let's
That
just say
separates.
Big Daddy Kane. No, cause I think he has. Let's take it back to Slick Rick. Right?
Okay.
You might know Slick. You might not know Slick Rick or heard his shit, but let's just say Slick Rick. We know he's at one point he was like the great before Nas and Biggie and Jay-Z. He was like the storyteller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say he put out an album tomorrow. It's like at some point, like when you get old, you lose senses. You lose your sharpness, right? So let's just say all these rappers we want to do one more. What if they just lose it? Now, if you lose it, you can definitely fuck up your legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z could lose it tomorrow because I think he just turned 50. Yeah, he just turned 50.
To get it out there.
He might not be like it's tricky with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. You never know. So I don't want anybody. If they're gonna do more projects, don't name it a part 2 to anything unless you know that you're still as sharp as you were.
That's the part 1. If it can be as good as part 1.
That's the key.
Or better.
Don't name it, fucking Reasonable Doubt 2 for Jay-Z, and when it comes out, like.
But here's the thing about a lot of part 2s. A lot of part 2s is not as good as part 1.
That's almost guaranteed. It's like a
Movie,
shake.
songs.
It's probably only a handful who can pull that shit off, and
Nas could probably pull it off.
it's hard. And the reason why for artists, because at some point you start making money, so for him to do an Illmatic 2, you're not living in Queensbridge. He's in Hollywood or LA somewhere, and you're not struggling. You're not starving. You know, he lost his mom. You still had your mom. Your mom might have motivated him to make it.
All right,
You know
but what
I'm
if instead of
Now,
Illmatic 2?
He did do kind of an Illmatic 2. It's called Stillmatic, which is probably one of his best
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
after
What
Illmatic,
about a
Stillmatic.
different one? Like what if he did
did
an
Stillmatic.
Illmatic Rebirth?
The only way to pull that off, he has. To me, I would say he would have to go with the same producers from Illmatic.
Oh, naturally, you know.
We say that.
You gotta.
Not them. Like a lot of look
Might
at
be
all
hard
the
to get them back.
look at all the part 2s and volume 2s and the remixes that you would say, yo, he made that beat, that song with Timbaland. Nigga, I know he going with Timbaland, and they come out with fucking
El Faraga.
No, what's your boy? Boy Wonder on the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why we gotta put me on? Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if Nas woke up tomorrow and say, yo, it's been 25, 22 years. Let's do another Illmatic.
Let's do it.
The only way you can make that as organic as you can is
It's
to
with
go
the
get
same producers.
Pete Rock, go get DJ Premier, Q-Tip produced some shit on there, and somebody else I can't forget.
I think LES did a track.
LES. It was LES.
Large
Q-Tip.
Professor.
Large. Yes, thank you.
There you go.
To me, in my mind, because I know how I want my music
Those
to
are the
sound.
people who've been involved.
If I did 1 and I did 2, 2's got to be with y'all.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that's going to deliver that same sound because they was there in the beginning.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? That's like if, let's just say Eazy-E was still alive and they decided to do it, NWA reunion 30 year.
Which he tried, according to the movie.
Yeah, but that's different. But you would have to go get Dre.
Ice Cube.
You need
all of them.
You need certain ingredients to make it as organic as possible. Like you can't do an NWA Part 2 with a Pharrell unless Pharrell play a beat that sounds like the West Coast shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fucked up. To me, that's me as an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I did Cooler Than Most, you know what I'm saying? I know the producer who did it. Shout out to my nigga Jeff. But it's like, all right, well, we're gonna do a spinoff, but I need you to capture because they was in that moment. They was in the studio with you. They was listening to your lyrics. They was making the beat around what you was saying. And
You need that same energy.
Exactly.
By the way, the quote of this podcast is gonna be "Stay in your lane." That's what it's gonna be.
Or do shit the right way. Stop fucking up the game.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's what I would say. If you're gonna do a part 2 to anything, man, just...
But I feel like we're getting towards the end. Does anyone have anything they want to mention music wise?
Hold on, I got that shit I told y'all about.
Oh yeah,
Did
you find it?
Yeah, the fucking flip with Jay-Z and Nas. I told you this shit is in my... Look, it's in my camera roll, nigga. Listen to this shit. Look how they flip this shit. Hold on, let me back it up. Now watch the flip. Now this is I think this is what's the name of the song? This is Nas' song. I can't think of it right now because the Henny got me going.
I'm not gonna know about that.
Damn, what's the name of the song?
What's that? Halftime.
It is that.
Is it halftime?
No.
I can't catch it.
But watch the flip though.
Oh, yeah, that's the world is yours. I thought they were playing.
It is the word.
I thought they were playing the halftime.
Watch the
beat.
flip though. Now watch Jay-Z. Now this is the original Dead Presidents with Jay-Z rapping and Nas's hook. But then after this verse, Nas goes into, I forget what song he did to Dead Presidents beat, which is Jay-Z's beat with Nas hook. Killed it.
Were you there?
Yeah. This was at Webster Hall. This was legendary. Them two on stage together. Nigga, I cried, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, cause think about it. How many people will get to see them two together like that after all the beef they did?
Plus, not to mention the two of your favorites.
And that beef was deep.
Two of the greatest of all time.
That'd be like seeing Biggie and Tupac together.
Basically.
There you go. Now I think Nas goes into either
Yeah, that's back to that's the world is yours.
that's the word is yours, but it's to the damn press. You see how I flipped it? That shit hard. And then I like it really could have been like that if they would have just squashed that shit years ago.
Yeah.
They would have changed the whole fucking thing a lot sooner.
They would have fucked the man. They already fucked the world up individually, but together they would have. And if Biggie was still, imagine him.
No, they fucked the game up individually.
Imagine Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, and Tupac on stage right now. What?
That'd be mommy man.
What?
That'd be something you need to be alive for.
What?
Like if you heard after they were dead, bro, you wouldn't. You'd be like, I need to see
those
this
four
person.
together. I can tell you right now, I don't give a fuck how much the tickets cost. It probably would have been. Now these tickets were almost like $200-300 each. Now you got Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac. You looking at least between $500 and $1,000 a ticket, and that's not even the good seats. I would have broke the bank for that. It's certain shit and that you just gotta go.
At least 2 of those people are in your top 5. If you're born in the right generation, no doubt about it.
Biggie's up there, but
At least
it's tricky
2.
with Biggie because I don't want to discredit him. He just got inducted into like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and shit. I just wish he would have been allowed to make more than 2 albums.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like
you can't discredit the first 2 albums he made.
No, fucking he fucked the game up.
Yeah.
Like my legends did something to hip hop where it made you say, "Oh shit, this is different." Not like the kids today who, yo, that sound like everything else y'all making. Everything, you know, Migos got some hot shit, but you got Migos, you got Young Thug, you got Rowdy Rich, you got fucking what's the nigga that used to be with Young Thug when they was a group, and they signed with Birdman, Rich Homie Quan. They used to be together.
Yeah, they got some hot shit, but like,
They had beef. They
you-
separated.
Are you listening to them and like putting them on the same pedestal you would put like Jay-Z? Not
Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, I would shave your head ball right now. Britney, bitch.
I don't think I could look good, ball.
Alright, so before we end this, man,
Yeah.
everyone's top 5.
Top 5?
It's gonna be tough.
Let the host go first, because he been dodging shit all night. Oh, I ain't got mine. You go. Nah,
It's gonna be
nigga,
tough.
you go first.
All right.
It's
So
easy for me.
top 5. Eminem. Gotta do it. I don't even care. Gotta do it. Eminem.
I'm going to let you live.
All right, bet. Eminem, and I know he's not too well known, but he made it to my second. Like just how different he was, how relatable he can be, and
the
how
nigga-
emotional it was.
The nigga that sang Uno, Dos, Tres, Yo, Da,
No, don't even know his name.
MJ, whatever his name.
Yeah.
Shout out
Second,
MJ.
second NF.
Okay. I got to look him up.
Yeah,
You keep dropping his name. I never heard of him.
yeah.
He's not
Some
bad.
shit.
I got to look him up.
He's not. You just gotta be willing to listen. He's more of an artist you listen to
No, I
and
listen
feel.
to everybody at least once.
3, Tupac. There's a very few artists, and anyone in this top 5, like when their song comes on, I don't skip.
You not like that nigga off of Friday when Damon, when Tupac came on and he was on the couch with his shirt on.
Nah,
Ooh, Tupac.
Nah.
Ooh, you gangsta.
Nah.
Not that. Okay,
Nah.
cool. You ain't got baby oil on.
4, Biggie,
Mm-hmm.
and 5, you know what? I haven't heard an Ice Cube song that I haven't skipped. I'm gonna have to make my 5th Ice Cube.
I hate this nigga, man.
I'm sorry.
Well, at least he didn't put him at number 1.
I ain't put him at number 1. I couldn't. But you know what?
You could have.
But no, I wouldn't have done it.
Respect for Big Tone.
I wouldn't have done it.
He didn't put him at
I had
number
to, the 5th came to me. I was about to say, who was I about to say? I was about to say J. Cole just because of the messages. But I haven't heard
really
enough.
mentioned that nigga all night. And
But I don't listen to him that much. I mentioned
Really?
songs. Yeah. I mentioned songs.
You dropped J. Cole.
Because of the
Jews on
messages
me.
and the songs I do listen to.
But that made me think. Okay.
That he was up there for
him
me?
to be quotable like that. He had to be up there for you.
No, it was just those songs I listened to, and I'll quote them. I think
That's
it's
crazy.
19. I don't remember the songs, bro. I don't know the
So I
songs.
guess-
All right,
I
go
guess
ahead, Tony.
I
You
go
up?
next,
You up? Hell yeah.
So obviously Ice Cube.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go Nas.
Respect.
Okay.
I gotta put Ice T up there. That's the OG. Gotta put Ice T up
Ice-T
there.
number 3.
Respect.
Jay-Z. Now I will say with Jay-Z,
Bet.
I didn't really, I liked Volume 1, but I didn't really like it that much. Volume 2 was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really like Volume 3. What really put him on my list was Reasonable Doubt. Because I didn't hear Reasonable Doubt until late.
But you gotta hear. I think I told you this at work. You gotta go to American Gangster.
See, I haven't heard that
We
one.
gotta go to American Gangster because that's the whole. That was the soundtrack to the Frank Lucas movie, American Gangster. So you gotta go to that, and then you gotta go. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but 444, he was dropping.
Yeah,
jewels.
I did listen
He
to
was
that.
teaching some shit. You,
Yeah.
you too. You gotta listen to 444.
444.
And number 5,
Yeah.
T.I.
Word?
Yo, T.I., he's dope.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
He shut a lot of shit down too.
T.I. is that nigga.
He's the king of the South.
And I can honestly say, T.I. is the first rapper I've ever heard on a track with Eminem, besides Royce the 5'9", that can go bar for bar with him.
That's major.
Yo,
That
it's
shit-
hard. It's
that-
hard.
that
People
shit-
will say it. Snoop Dogg said on record that he will not do a song with Eminem because he doesn't want M to kill him on his own song.
Yeah, and if you listen to
That's
Touchdown with T.I. and Eminem,
That's
T.I.
major.
was right there.
That's major.
He killed that.
That's a major cosign.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no. I think that's solid. Shawn?
This is easy for me. You know, I'm going Nas 1, Jay-Z 2.
Uh-huh. Oh, we knew that one.
Yeah, I'm about to go Biggie 3.
Alright.
And I'm about to curveball y'all, right? I'm about to go Rakim.
Word?
Yeah, because Rakim is like, when it comes to lyricism,
I was trying to stay out of this for a while, but credit to you.
Oh, Rakim?
He's in my top 5 too.
Man,
get
your
your
ass out here, bro.
Rakim, when it comes to lyricism, now you got to think 84, 84 to 88.
Yo, hold on. This nigga stood all the way in the other side of the apartment
Yeah.
the whole time he showed up. This nigga mentions Rakim
You got
once.
to, yo, because he's like the, it's like the godfather of lyricism. Not even gangster rap. Because if you, I don't know if you ever knew this about Rakim, but he never cursed in not one song.
Nope.
Never.
Fun fact.
He said that in an interview because he didn't want his parents to hear his shit and hear him curse.
Fun fact, neither does NF. If you give him a listen to, you'll notice he
Check
doesn't.
him out. But
Yeah, you want to know my introduction to
Just
Rakim
let me know what
was?
song.
And not,
I'll let you know what songs to listen to.
and not to cut you off
no,
or
go ahead,
anything.
go ahead.
The Juice soundtrack, which I think is the greatest
Know the
hip hop
Ledge.
soundtrack
Know the
of all
Ledge.
time. Know the
Know the
Ledge.
Ledge. That shit is so
And if you
hard,
notice,
nigga.
you listen to Know the Ledge, and then Big Daddy Kane's Enough Respect. The motherfuckers.
That's my
I
number
mean,
5.
They're not going at each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
They're not going at each other, but it was definitely there was definitely rivalry back then.
They I think they said it on one. I think it was Big Daddy Kane on. I don't know if it was Drink Champs or what's the other one that Drink Champs always talking about.
Rap Radar?
Rap Radar.
Yeah.
One of them. And it was like, yo, it was some tension, and it wasn't a beef. It was because I know I'm the shit. You say you the shit. 2 lines.
Yeah.
It wasn't a like fuck you beef, but it was a friendly competition. But that's so is Nas, Jay-Z, Big, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane.
Elaborate on 5th one.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
I
First,
did,
I haven't.
I
heard
did a
of that one.
freestyle a long time ago. For Ain't No Half Stepping, right? When I heard that shit, nigga, that shit was different. Like you gotta First of all. In the world, like Tony said earlier, Big Tone said, in the world of the dark skin, light skin battle, right?
It's a true battle.
If you a dark skin nigga and you a dark skin nigga in '88, like Drake now, Drake's got the light skin niggas loving life, right?
If we are
Loving
winning,
women.
boy. We are winning.
Drake did that, right? The only dark skin rapper I can honestly say that made a statement for niggas was Big Daddy Kane. Like this nigga had Madonna. I think at one point I want to say he had Naomi. Like he was like before you knew what a hip hop sex symbol was, no homo, pause. He was that guy. Like Big Daddy Kane, you know, he had the fresh high top fade. He had all the chicks. He might have been one of the first rappers that had white chicks in the video. If I got to do some research, so don't quote me on that, but he was legendary for being the smooth fucking, like his song, The Smooth Operator. That nigga was smooth, yo. You talking about the silk, right? No shirt, the fucking big ass gold chain. Like a lot of rappers, Slick Rick did the gold chain, but he was dancing. I think what separated everybody else from Big Daddy Kane is not only was he rapping some smooth shit, he was dancing with his dancers, keeping up before the hammers. You know what I'm saying? He was doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Daddy Kane that nigga was smooth.
I heard an interview with Big Daddy Kane. Now, rest in peace to Combat Jack. I used to listen to this podcast all the time. Mm-hmm. He had Big Daddy Kane on there. Now, I don't remember what he said word for word, but when he went to put on a show, his influences was Earth, Wind, and Fire, all those old school groups.
A real show.
So when it came to putting together them outfits and shit, like, they was really doing it. And for them dance numbers, you know, if you made a mistake, you had to put one. You basically got fined. Yeah. So now, with that being said, I don't know who's gonna watch this or whatever, but
Big Daddy Kane's a beast, yo.
Now, when it comes to Rakim, Big Daddy Kane,
it's close.
All those old school guys, like, don't get me wrong, I love those guys, I respect those guys. My top 5 list is based off of people that I grew up with.
Right.
Like these older guys, it's like I said, my first introduction to Rakim was Juice. Big Daddy Kane, Juice. I didn't really necessarily grow up with those guys. I didn't really get into their catalog until I got older. But see,
right.
Ice-T was always right there. New Jack City.
Yeah. My brother's keeper.
Yeah. Q. The first hip hop song I ever remember listening to.
Well, see, for me, I had a stepbrother, right? Because my mom got remarried. So my stepbrother, if I'm this age, without saying my age, I think my stepbrother is like 10, 11 years older than me. So,
Yo, not for nothing, not mentioning his age,
Yeah.
this nigga looks incredibly young.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Fiji Water. Sponsor me, cause
Bougie ass, bro.
Fiji Water and what's the other one I drink? Start with an E. Essential, some shit like that. But anyway, so my stepbrother, right? I knew these songs, but my stepbrother would be playing them because he's older, right? So in the late '80s, as I'm a young kid, my stepbrother is damn near a fucking teenager, so he had this shit. So I heard these songs when they were new. You know, a lot of what happens is in the '90s, a lot of people hear about it and they go back and check it. But I remember these songs when they dropped, so it hit different for me. Like I remember the Kool G Rap. He might be number 6, Kool G Rap. I remember at one point when Nas came out, they were saying, "Yo, he might be the next Kool G Rap."
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause Kool G Rap is that nigga too. He was slick with the words. So I remember these songs brand new. Like a lot of these kids now and some adults have to go back and revisit it because they were young kids running around outside playing on the swings. But I remember coming in the house and my brother was like, "Yo, listen to this. No, who the fuck is that? It's Big Dick. I don't know that nigga." But he made me sit down and listen to it. So I remember these shits when they dropped brand new. So it hit different. But that motherfucking, oh man, listen.
See, and all I had was my father. See, weekend kid. So the only time I see my dad was primarily on the weekend.
Right.
So even though my parents, my dad's it's still like the old school shit or whatever, but you know, that's how I got first introduced to Nas was my dad, because he bought It Was Written.
Legend.
The first Jay-Z song I ever heard was Dead Presidents because he had the single. That's how I found out about the Fugees. I would go through all my dad's old tapes. Actually, the first cassette tape my father ever gave me was New Jack City soundtrack. That was the first cassette tape he ever gave me. And I actually listened to that going on a family trip. It was New Jack City, then he gave me the Juice cassette tape.
Yo, I know the lead is different, yo.
That shit is hard.
See, my list is a little more hard. Was a little more harder to come up with because
Shania Twain, Garth Brooks, shit like that.
Damn.
Because
Justin Bieber is his top 3 right now. I'm
Growing up with
talking about the new Justin Bieber with the tattoos. That's his nigga.
growing up in a Spanish household, all they really blast is Spanish music, bachata, salsa, freaking merengue, and like you don't really hear rap in a Spanish household.
Right.
So like, you know, where I hear rap is in downtown. You know, you go in the corner store, they're blasting hip hop. So like, my top 5 is based off the level of respect and like interest that was created in the song, to the point like if the artist came on Pandora,
Or
I wouldn't skip
or
it.
is your top 5 by hearing older niggas talk about it?
Nah, I don't really listen to people. He can attest to that. I don't listen at all.
Nah. At some point you gotta listen to people. Like I just listened to you. You told me that NF is hot. So
He is hot.
So right. So, and my instincts will say, "Oh, this nigga said he's hot. Let me go." Like
It was
when
more
when
of-
Biggie first came out, I
Alright.
didn't know nothing about Ready to Die.
Somewhat-
till my older cousin played it, so it made me go wanna.
It was somewhat like that. Let me tell you how it was a little different. It was not more listening to someone say it was hot. It was listening to this person listen to that person. Like my stepfather, when we rode in the car.
For me, somebody still had to quote. Like I remember, like I said, Ready to Die came out. My cousin was like, "Yo, this is," you know, there's always a hype man. Yo, this shit, you gotta hear this shit. So quite naturally, I'm like, if he didn't hype it up, be like, "Yo, this that
You
shit,"
probably wouldn't listen to
I
it.
would have been in the, cause I remember him playing in the car in South Carolina. I'm in the back seat. I'm just like, I don't know what this is. He's cursing a lot. I know. At this age, I know my mom don't like cursing, so I'm not even thinking like, oh shit, this the newest shit. But my cousin's in the front seat like, yo, nigga, you don't know who this is. You gotta check him out. Word of mouth is the greatest promotion.
Now, you remember when I told you that I never really fully listened to a Wu-Tang album, right?
Right.
That's because my dad never really listened to Wu-Tang like that. So
Right.
that's why I was never on them like that.
Word of mouth.
Even when you go with Biggie. One of the first time I ever heard a Biggie album, I bought it for my wife one year for Christmas. Before we got married. Cause she...
It wasn't even for you.
Nope. because she loves Biggie. I bought her the Ready to Die album. And anytime we was in the car, she played it. So I listened to it.
R.I.P. Biggie.
Now, I even say, even growing up, I was never really a huge Biggie fan because for me, he always put out songs towards the chicks. And for me,
on televised, yeah.
Yeah, televised. And so...
That's Puffy behind that.
And even though I was never really a huge Tupac fan, to me, Tupac always put out the hardest shit. You know what I mean? So, yo, before we
But
head
you
out...
appreciate it more than when you're older.
Oh, yeah. So before we head out, man, I'm gonna throw a cog in the ring. Or throw a wrench in the cog, right?
Gotta fuck it up.
So we've been talking about hip-hop the whole time,
Gotta
right?
fuck it up. What, you gonna throw some R&B shit out there?
Yes, I am. But I'm not talking about new school shit.
Old school. I don't even know new school shit.
Two R&B groups or individuals. Your favorite. Or no, we'll go top five.
Oh,
top five.
You want me to? Yo, I can't even name that many, bro.
And after we do this, I got one for you because I had this debate over, I think, Christmas at my brother's house.
Okay.
So I got a question for both of y'all.
Yeah,
Maybe not you because you might not know some of these people.
I
You
can't
might
even
know.
name half.
So direct that question to me.
For you, we'll go newer because you are a little younger than
I
me.
can't even
top
name new
R&B
R&B artists.
My top 5 R&B groups. I don't even know if I got 5, but I definitely got.
You know
2.
what? We can also include funk in that too.
I'm gonna go R&B right now. I definitely got 2, hands down. R&B. This is tough. Jodeci is number 1. Jodeci is number 1 because they changed the whole instead of that pretty boy squeaky clean R&B, they made it like a grimy R&B with the boots, the leather vest, coats, hats, fitteds.
Ghetto love, basically.
And when you play
Ghetto
at
love.
night, bro.
Not even at night. You can play any R&B at night, but they made it like instead of for the black college kid, they made R&B for the black hood kid. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Because these was hood niggas.
Yeah, Jodeci, like they paved the way for not individual singers, groups. Jodeci is always gonna be number 1. Like they had bitches like wilding out. And damn, I can't even say number 1 because if you really want to get gangster with it, you gotta go back to fucking New Edition and shit. But
well, it doesn't have to be in any order.
anyway, all right. So I'm gonna say for me, because New Edition was a little bit early for me, so I gotta go with Jodeci, and I gotta go with Jagged Edge.
Okay.
Gotta go with Jagged.
Oh, you can do 5 if you want.
Okay.
You can do 5.
So I will go Jodeci, Jagged Edge. If I want to throw it back, I gotta go New Edition. I gotta go Drew Hill. And damn, I don't think it was any after Drew Hill. Like what R&B groups were there? Oh, it was a couple. I gotta go Drew Hill. I gotta go Drew Hill. I gotta go group. I gotta think group.
It's tough.
Drew Hill. I gotta go. Fuck that. I'm dead right there. I gotta go Jodeci. What I say? I said Jodeci.
Yo. I don't
What
know, bro.
I
Jodeci, Jagged Edge.
Jodeci, Jagged Edge, New Edition, Drew Hill.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Done at 4?
I got it done right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say fuck you for this because I'm bad. I'm so bad with names. I'll listen to a song. I'll love a song.
You're not bad with names. You're just bad with R&B.
Well, look, I'll tell you what. I'll go next and give you a chance to think about this, okay? And
I have nothing still.
I'm putting this group at number 1 because I have very fond memories with my grandfather with this group.
Okay.
You're talking straight R&B.
Straight R&B. Rest in peace, my grandfather recently passed. Temptations.
Would you consider that R&B?
For that time, you could.
I don't know.
For that time, you could.
I think it's debatable.
Maybe because they didn't have a correct title for it.
Yeah.
I would call the Temptations more of a...
This day and age?
If I had to put a label on Temptations now, as me in my presence,
Uh-huh.
based upon the songs they type of sing, they was in that... It was like a R&B...
Pop?
You can even go poppy.
Yeah.
Poppy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But see, for me, Temptations, because I remember going to my grandparents' house here in Summers Point.
Or soul.
Yeah, soul. Yeah.
Soul. I wouldn't
Well,
go pop.
wait,
I
wait,
fuck
wait.
with soul.
Yeah, you can include soul in that R&B.
I wouldn't go
type
pop
thing,
though,
too.
because pop is like that.
Yeah.
Like they might have
Like
had
some
shit that made you
some
dance.
were like a little poppy, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't even, cause pop. You gotta remember, it was no pop then. So what was the definition of pop then? It was either R&B, soul, gospel.
It
Back in
definitely
those
wasn't
days.
gospel. All right,
Back
so
in those
soul.
days, it was just R&B, or excuse me, rhythm and blues. Right? Because there was rhythm and blues, soul, gospel,
Fair.
country.
Oh, and they also had hip hop back then. They didn't label it hip hop.
Exactly.
Now, if you look up Pig Meat Markham, Here Come the Judge, that's straight hip hop. That's straight hip hop.
Temptations, I would say R&B, soul.
Yeah. See, now when I was a kid, I remember waking up, Summers Point Village. My grandfather, he up drinking already. That motherfucker be down there dancing, killing it.
That's my
5
type of
o'clock
guy.
somewhere.
That's my type of guy.
So I would go down
That's
there
my
guy.
early in the morning, not even eating breakfast. Go down there dancing and singing with him. It's probably one of the best memories I got with my grandfather.
Oh, geez, man. You gotta love them niggas, man.
Yeah, he really put me on Temptations.
There you go.
So I would go Temptations. Definitely got to go Jodeci. I could see the girls were only maybe even a couple years older than me when I was a kid. Panties melting when Jodeci came.
Bananas. Even old heads.
Yep.
Like they, oh man, they just set a different tone, nigga.
Yep. I would go Jodeci.
Uh-huh.
I would even have to say True Hill.
Okay.
Oh shit, I forgot one. Go ahead.
112.
All right.
112. And I'm gonna have to go old school again.
Please don't say what I'm thinking, cause I totally forgot these niggas. I'm so sorry to the culture of R&B. I'm so sorry.
And you know what? And
I think he about to say it, bro.
nah, it's
I hope he not about
it's between two of them, but I gotta give it to Prince's group, The Time.
No, he's not about to say it.
All right, go ahead.
How the fuck did we forget Boys to Men?
I was waiting for someone to say that one.
Boys to Men.
That's
nigga.
fair.
You can even say
I just
Bell
thought it
Biv
wasn't
DeVoe.
anybody's
But you know
favorite.
what? You know what?
They was more hip hop.
to my
Boys to Men, like the way the melody, like oh my god, yo, I
If-
feel bad. Like Boys to Men, they set a whole different.
You only
tone.
put 4, you still put that in your 5.
That's my
That's
five.
his hit. Yeah.
But now I might have to rearrange it because Boys to Men,
I completely forgot about Boys.
Boys to Men before. What was my fourth one? Drew Hill was Drew Hill.
I think it was
Yeah.
yeah.
So so I would go Jodeci.
But in no particular order.
Nah, I gotta do it right. I will go Jodeci because of my age bracket and what I know. Because if I'm not mistaken, Boys to Men, did they come after Jodeci?
They might have been right before. 'Cause I think they came out right after Bell Biv DeVoe.
So it might have been close, but but for the songs that moved me,
Mm-hmm.
right, I would go Jodeci because they were just on a whole like freaky thug R&B, like it was raw,
Yeah.
right? I would say Boys to Men was second only because it was censored, though. Like so, Jodeci would say I want to fuck this bitch, Boys to Men would say I want to make love to this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like it was censored.
Yeah.
But Boys to Men, they just wow. Boys to Men.
Yeah, I get.
All right.
Boys
So
to Men.
I don't know if I have 5. Honestly,
Yeah, Garth Brooks. Who else?
yo, why you coming for me, bro?
Because I'm on
Why
fire
you
right
coming
now.
for me, bro?
I'm on fire.
I don't know if I
Seven
have
guys.
5, bro.
Sync.
Backstreet Boys.
So
With the Hanson brothers.
I'm just gonna throw out some names. They might even be R&B, but like
Oh shit, that's the see? That's the shit right there. He don't even know what category they in. He about to throw
I'm
them
not,
out.
bro. As a
Oh,
kid,
shit, he
I'll be
fucked
honest.
up
When I was
already.
growing up, I didn't really focus on the genres and shit. If I liked it, I liked it.
Well, in hindsight, speaking in hindsight,
In
now that
hindsight.
you know the genres, you gotta put it in the genre.
Usher.
That's not a group. Somebody said group.
Group?
It doesn't have to be. It could be individuals too.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, it could be groups
shit,
and
he
individuals.
fucked me up, but I'm gonna stick with my group.
Alright.
That changes the whole demographic.
I was about to say, like, y'all can't mention a
That
single
shit
person.
all-
You see,
Like
when I think of
17.
R&B, I tend to stick more with the groups. Don't get me wrong. I
That
like,
changes the whole shit because if we want to talk just musically inclined, nigga, you
Yeah.
gotta put the Jackson 5s in that bitch for pop or soul or R&B.
They are. Give me a
They the
second.
greatest of all time.
See,
You know what? Jackson 5, number one. Fuck
See,
it.
In no particular order.
R&B. If you think about it, R&B may be tougher than hip hop
R&B, I define R&B as music and fuck your girl to.
because
Yes,
I look at it this way, right? When you first born, your parents are listening to R&B.
So it gotta be Jackson 5, number one then.
Because when
I
I
agree with that.
when I was
Whether
younger,
it's soul, R&B, pop. Think about it. How many R&B groups actually did a multiple of different sounds? Like Jodeci stayed with R&B. They never went pop. They never went too much soul. They never went too much jazz.
Yeah.
They might have had influences, but they never put out a whole song that say, "Yo, this is a pop song." Like Justin Bieber, he can come do a R&B. Oh no, not Justin. Justin Timberlake.
I wouldn't listen
He
to
can
it.
come do a R&B song with Timberland, but then go back with his crew and do a pop song.
Yeah.
I even admit, yo, when Timberlake went solo, he hard.
Yeah.
He's hard,
You know,
man.
nigga, when he did the feature sexy love songs with Timberland, that whole album.
Yeah.
But I only got one person out. Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Damn
I'm sorry,
it.
but to make the record clear, Jackson 5.
No,
all
I
the way
agree with
across the
you.
board.
It's on my
In
list.
any category, because they did R&B, they did pop, they did soul, they might have did jazz.
But my list is not in any particular order because I haven't heard enough
Alright.
from each person
All right,
to
go ahead.
rank them.
I'm gonna let you have the floor. Go ahead.
So Usher and Shawn already mentioned Jackson 5. Despite all the freaking negative publicity he have, R. Kelly was the shit at R&B, bro.
Yeah, he was the king
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
He was the fucking king.
Despite everything that
that
nigga
nigga's
did,
song
bro,
still, that nigga
it's still a hit.
Yeah, but then you gotta go back and think like.
Now you
What
gotta
was he
look-
singing
now
about?
you gotta think.
Yeah.
Now you
Like,
gotta
cause
think.
I seen the fucking R. Kelly.
Yo, I was telling Tony that song, my body's no,
Not
my,
even that song. Every song was telling you
Yo,
what he
it
was
hit
doing.
with-
From the shit that he wrote with Aaliyah, age ain't nothing but a number. He was telling you. He wrote.
They all
fucking-
have a different meaning all of a sudden, bro.
Yo, every song not every song, every hit song. Think about the title. Listen to the lyrics. Think about the documentary they just put out, Surviving R. Kelly.
Uh-huh.
They said in the documentary, that nigga was telling you. Think about every psychopathic killer. They were always dropping clues of what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were just too blinded because they were geniuses or great legends or musically inclined or hot to read between the lines. R. Kelly was telling you.
There you have it, folks. Hot take. R. Kelly got himself
I
caught.
believe. No, I don't believe I was fly. Age ain't nothing but a number.
My mind is telling me
My
no
mind's
about my
telling me,
body.
yo, you had that. You had fucking
Bump and grind.
bump and grind.
Bump and grind.
You had fucking what's the one that really told on itself? What's the Jeep?
I forgot what that
Something
song
about a
was.
Jeep.
Yeah. I know what
yeah.
you're talking
I
about.
don't. I'm
I'm
not gonna want. I don't want to start any rumors, but like, what if
We can't start rumors. It's already out.
that same girl song with R. Kelly and Usher? What if Usher was fucking with a
The
underage?
same
Yo,
bitch.
I'm-
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna
it's
tell you
probably
like this.
for
So
real.
this whole thing with
Same chick.
this whole thing with R. Kelly that you mentioned, like, you don't know what the hell now that all this has come out,
So much.
everything comes into context.
But we knew he was fucked
Now.
up from marrying Aaliyah when she was like 14, 15. He was like 25.
Yeah. So now, same thing with Frank Ocean. When he put out that song Thinking About You, right? I loved that song when it first came out.
But
Then the nigga came out and said that
He's in the closet.
yeah. And
Oh,
I was
he's
like,
gay, not in the closet.
then I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I can fuck with this song.
nigga, I've been thinking about you.
But the song is still good, but I
He might have been talking about a nigga the whole
Exactly.
time. He might have been talking
Exactly.
about a
So
nigga the
now-
whole time.
So now, listen, there's nothing wrong with being gay.
Nothing.
You do you.
Shout out to the
But-
LBGT. Man.
Yeah, but
I need your downloads.
yeah, I'm a heterosexual male. if homie's talking about a man, I can't relate to that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't.
It's hard.
I got nothing
It's
against
hard.
it. Nothing against it. I just happen to be a man. Who
All right,
wants
so
a
we
woman.
had
We had three. I got Usher,
Usher.
Jackson 5, R. Kelly,
What?
Trey Songz. I'm put Trey Songz out there.
Trick or
I
treat.
fucks with Trey Songz.
I do
It should
like
it be my
He
generation.
got hits, but we put him in a high category of top 5 of all time.
But
This
no,
is
no, no.
also
But like
his
this is
opinion.
like
That's his
personal.
opinion.
This is personal. This is personal.
Because you know he's in the closet. Right?
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Trick or treat.
What was my fifth?
This is Trick or Trey.
What was my fifth?
Sorry, Trey. Put shit out there.
He might be a little more poppy, but like when he was out there, it was kind of, you could kind of, to me, I define R&B music, the music to make love to your girl with. And like, he might be a little more poppy, but like I'm gonna put Akon out there.
I mean, if that's the case, you could say the game is is R&B because I had sex with my wife that whole first album.
No, that was coincidence. I call that a coincidence,
And I'm telling you
bro.
right now, yo, I was thinking.
You said Akon?
Akon, bro.
And I was
just gonna say Akon, bro. When I think of Akon, I think of that song Topple.
You know what? I gotta give it to you because you're definitely original. But I never in a fucking million years would have put Akon in the R&B category.
Yeah,
You know, I feel like he
might
borderlines it,
He
bro.
might sing in the R&B fashion.
I feel like he borderlines it.
But top 5?
Yo,
I wouldn't.
for me
Like,
as a person
he
who
did
doesn't
some
know too many artists by name,
But even at your age, there's gotta be some other niggas like Akon.
I just don't know them by name, bro. Like, it sucks. He fucked me over with the R&B shit. If he said R&B, yo, if he said R&B as a topic like last week, I would have done my research.
He did say R&B.
No.
He did say that when he started.
This was a purely hip hop topic when we started.
No, he never said that. He said when he started the conversation, he said, "Yo, give me your top 5 group solo, whatever, of R&B." That was his exact.
That was like 5 minutes ago, though.
No, nigga.
I mean,
was
like
the
if I had time to
beginning of the
prepare.
shit.
No,
He
really?
said it. He said R&B. Did he not say R&B? Oh, this nigga.
I'm with you. We on the same page.
He said, "Oh, if that's the case, we would have gave you 100 other niggas." Like,
bro, I'm gonna blame the Henny.
Yo, I'm not gonna knock you. Everybody's entitled to their own shit, but that one,
It's debatable.
that one,
I'm
gonna do like Nori and Drink Champs. This is Drink Champs. You gotta relax. Akon, like, don't get me wrong, he had some hits. He had Locked Up, major. Locked Up with Styles P, major song.
I would look at more of that as a hip hop track though.
No, but like he had some songs that
maybe
borderline
a
R&B. They borderline R&B.
Top 5 out of.
Now, when I think of Akon, I think of.
I was gonna say no. To be fair, I was gonna say Justin Timberlake, but his songs always have a poppy feel.
You can say the same thing about Akon too. Yeah. Because look, he's done songs with. Not only has he done songs with hip hop dudes, he's also done songs.
Yeah, but I feel like Akon hits that R&B.
Not for nothing, I'll put Justin above Akon.
You think so?
For what he's done as a. First of all, if we're gonna put race, let's just put race into it. For a white dude, that you would look at him and see where he started. He started out as pop, right?
What group did he start off in? What group was
NSYNC?
Not Backstreet Boys, right?
No,
it was NSYNC.
No, it was NSYNC. Damn, you really young. Man, you don't know.
No, I knew. I just didn't know the difference between.
Well, just think when NSYNC and Backstreet was popping.
I didn't know which group.
He was like 4, 5, 6 years old.
I don't give a fuck if I was high on cocaine, bitch. I know it was NSYNC and not Backstreet Boys. Just to see where he came in as pop, bubblegum pop, killing it. They took over the chart, broke off, went solo, right? Got with fucking Timberland. What?
Yeah.
He forever has a black past in any hood. You can't find me one black nigga that will hate on Justin Timberlake. I guarantee.
Justin Timberlake is that nigga, bro.
I promise you. I promise you. Just. Oh my god, nigga! Like I'm about to. What's it? Future sexy love songs or love sounds.
The sexy love. Shit? Sexy back.
No, that's one song, but the album is like future
sexy love sounds.
Like that.
Not to mention what he put out.
Crazy.
Years ago, it was maybe around 2013. The 2020 experience.
That's the album.
It's the album.
Not to cut you off.
That was part 2 of the first one.
Not to cut you off, just like Drink Champs, I gotta take a pee-piece.
Yeah.
What the bathroom at?
Yeah.
It's the first door on your left.
Not for nothing.
We're about to cut it off.
I've been sitting on my nuts and my bladder for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I've been holding it too.
But I ain't gonna lie, you fucked me up with that Akon. That was different.
It was the first thing that came to mind.
Even your guy.
Honestly,
you wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't, and I was just like, hold up. If I were to Google best R&B artist of all time,
Akon would not be on that list.
Who would I get right away? And like the first six
sit
people
down until Tony comes back.
Were Beyonce, Usher, Michael Jackson, Mary J. Blige, R. Kelly, Alicia Keys, Prince, Drake's even on there, Chris Brown, Whitney Houston.
I always said Drake is like a
R&B.
And
fun.
what would be more my lane? Marvin Gaye.
Let me see the
Luther Vandross.
Go back to the top.
Ray Charles.
And
Go back to the top.
What year time frame did you Google?
Go back to the top.
I just put all time.
All time.
I just put best ever. And
Akon would be the last.
So Beyonce and Alicia Keys do qualify as R&B artists.
Yeah, they are. They sing R&B. What do you mean?
Bro, like I am so oblivious to like R&B.
What do you think they sung? I mean, they
I
might
don't
have did
fucking
pop
know, like
shit.
pop,
but,
yeah,
but
pop.
you gotta
That's what I thought.
take it. You gotta take it from when they came out as new artists.
Okay, so all right.
You gotta take it like
Okay.
Beyonce was
So
R&B.
with the newfound knowledge, I will go as far to say Alicia Keys is my fifth instead of Akon. I fucks with Alicia Keys. I fucks with Alicia Keys
because her vocal range. You gotta remember,
it's amazing.
Akon had a lot of auto tune.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he might be able to sing, but it's different from you got singing, and singing. You got SINGING.
They actually invited me into your seat.
Yo, cause he pulled up.
Sean brought him in.
You lying, bitch.
I said that when he said.
But
Akon,
you brought him in.
It literally made me Google best R&B artist ever to see
And
what would
Akon
come
was
up.
like 29.
And it was a hell of a list, and there was a lot of good names.
That's a
on
good
there.
list.
And I admit it, I was oblivious to like
Yo, I'm not
R&B
gonna lie, I
artists.
can't give it to Beyonce.
I didn't give it to Beyonce. I give it to Alicia Keys.
You got to though. It's hard.
No
as much as,
one.
No.
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
see,
no,
but
no,
then-
listen. You gotta give it to her because even though we might not listen to her as men because she's singing for the females.
Man, I fucks with Beyonce.
Yeah, we know, Carl.
I fucks with Beyonce, bro.
We know. But as a church. Church. As a man, I'm gonna gravitate to a nigga singing to the females more.
Yo,
Hold up. You can't hate on Beyonce because she's singing for the females, but you gotta appreciate what she's done. This bitch has changed. Like, first of all, her vocal arrangement is crazy. Rather you really sit down and listen to her song. Now I'm not talking about the new Beyonce when she got with Jay because her style changed.
Whoa.
Now the new Beyonce is more like a
Agree or disagree,
singing rap.
agree or disagree?
I'm talking about Destiny Child. When she had that solo song.
That far back.
When she had that solo song, what's that solo song? I forget what it is, but she had this one ballad, nigga. Cause R&B doesn't have ballads anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now when she got with
R&B's
Jay,
got a pop feel nowadays.
right? When Beyonce got with Jay, it turned into more of a like.
hip
If
hop.
you hear her,
Hip-hop.
she sounds like she's rapping,
Yeah.
but she's harmonizing. I'm talking about Beyonce when they first broke from Destiny Child.
Revolutionary, bro.
She killed
Can
it.
you agree or disagree?
Is it-
Beyonce is one of the best to do it. Female category.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Another thing I like. You know the
Who
one
you
thing.
got? Who you got with Beyonce?
Now this takes me back to the beginning of the conversation when I told Tony, I said I got a topic for you that I had a debate about with my brother. I was over at his house. It must have been Halloween, and we had this versus this person versus that person. You got to pick one. And I asked him. I said, now you might not know, but I asked him if you had to pick between Whitney Houston and motherfucking Patti LaBelle. He said Whitney Houston. I flipped the fucking table over. He said, bro, why you do that? I said, Whitney Houston is good for her vocal.
Yeah.
She can hit high note, right? But as an artist, I look at the overall skill. Now, they ever say Whitney Houston has this weird, like Mariah Carey, she's one too. They have this level of vocals where they can hit certain notes that'll break a glass or whatever.
Yeah.
They sing like a fat woman.
Right. I like it. See, yo, you gotta come hang out with us. But he said rock. He said rock. Who you pick? I said I gotta pick Patti LaBelle hands down, nigga. He's like, what? Over Whitney? I was like, yes. You gotta remember. First of all, when Whitney came out, they wanted her to be a white person. That's everybody knows that. They wanted her to sing this pop type of music to make her sound geared to the white people. When they realized she was black, it took a little while, but they accepted it because she had that squeaky clean image until she got with Bobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patti LaBelle, soulful, almost like a whole choir in one person. It's one song that Patti LaBelle sings. It's called what's the shit that we always talk about at home? He don't know. He be listening to Lil Boo Boo in it.
Yo, to give him credit to what he's saying.
Yo, Patti
White people
LaBelle,
fucks with Whitney Houston.
they love her. We love her too, but they love
They
her.
fucks with Whitney Houston, bro.
She was packaged for them.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple of videos me and my wife watched of Patti LaBelle singing live. I forget the name of the song. I'm gonna look it up, but when you listen to Patti sing, right, and you see the video, not the music video, but like a live performance, you can see Whitney have to. You can see it in the throat when the singer has to push that note out.
Mm-hmm.
You never see Patti LaBelle struggle.
It was so natural.
Yo, this bitch should be dancing and be like, "Ah!" Like she be had the mic down here. And my wife pointed this out to me. She watched some, I think it was New Year's or the Grammys or whatever it was. It was Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Now my wife loves Mariah Carey to death.
This is what she looked like she used to.
When Patti hit this fucking note, and my wife pointed it out to me, you saw Mariah Carey singing, and she had to back up like this. Patti hit that fucking note, nigga. She's the greatest singer of all time to me. Patti LaBelle is the greatest singer of all time.
I had to pick Patti too.
Patty's the greatest.
Yeah.
For not having a strain, push, effortlessness, right, and just raw talent.
And that's why it's good to have
You
some.
agree?
He's diverse in older music. He's
the
diverse.
vocal range was definitely there. I can definitely respect your argument on that one. I was never a big Whitney Houston fan myself, so I would have went Patti, but yeah,
Patty's a monster, yo.
That was a very sound
To me,
argument.
Whitney Houston always was poppy to me.
But that's why
Take
it's
away
good
the
to have like a
category.
different
Just
generation on this.
Just take away the category and just put vocal presence, skills.
Okay.
Now, if you want to compare Whitney to Mariah, because the vocal, the high pitch, long, hard note they can hold, but you see them pushing it. Like, if you watch Mariah Carey in some recent couple years, she lost it, my nigga. Like, she bombed at the New Year's. It was
They
New Year's
flamed
Eve in
her.
New York City, right?
Yeah.
She's not what she used to
She
be.
lip singing now.
Yeah.
Nigga, Patti LaBelle's got to be at least 70.
Mariah Carey
But
is not
Patti
singing
La-
like she used to.
Patti LaBelle.
She
was
doesn't
on
look
the,
like she used to.
Fuck looks. I'm just talking about vocal skills. Patti
just
LaBelle will crush any of them.
And Patti LaBelle was on that show, The Masked Singer,
Yes.
just recently.
Was she?
And as soon as I heard her voice, I was like, that's Patti LaBelle. It's either one of the two. Patti LaBelle or Tina Turner. It's got to be one of the two.
Yeah.
And my
I
wife...
think Tina passed, right? Didn't she?
Nah, she's still alive.
She's still alive?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
that was
wi-
Ike. That was Ike.
And my wife automatically said, it's Patti.
Yo, Patty just has this like, I'm sorry, there will be no, I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker came out tomorrow. Nobody's fucking with Patty, and I will fight you hand, nail, and tooth to my grave. When you get a chance, when we leave, if you still
Gotta listen to Patty.
pull up Patty. She was on the Oprah Winfrey show many years ago, right? And it was a guy. He wanted to sing, I think he was kind of like singing to his wife on her birthday, right? So what Oprah did, she had the guy come out and sing this song. He's singing it. His wife is in the audience. The whole audience watching. Patty comes out, nigga, and the shit when I talk about
Goosebumps?
not even goosebumps, nigga, like goosebumps, chills, straight hairs, fucking. I'm telling you, you're gonna get mushy face. I promise you.
And,
I
don't
promise
only look up just Patty. Got to go back to, no, that was Gladys Knight and Pips. My bad.
Gladys was
Somebody
dope. Gladys
sent-
was dope, but she was more soul. She didn't have that hard hitting pitch like Patty. Like Patty would sing some shit that make you be like, oh, I feel that shit in my soul.
Someone sent it to me, bro.
I always,
You know what I'm talking about?
I
Send it
always,
to me.
I always
Oh,
get Gladys Knight
yeah, send it to me.
and Patty always mixed up. I don't know why.
Because you got Gladys Knight, you got Aretha Franklin. I can't even say it right now. They were all dope singers, but it's something about Patty's vocal presence. Like you, okay, you had Gladys Knight and the Pips. You had Aretha Franklin. You had what's Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole,
Yeah.
Nat King Cole's daughter. They was all like in this one comfort level of making you feel homely, right? Like say you go to a country house, it's got the log cabin feel. You feel homely, right? So you feel relaxed. They had that relaxed type of vibe.
Yeah.
When Patty hits, bitch, it's like you catching the Holy Ghost at church. I guarantee you. I promise you. I promise you.
And which one was Aaliyah's godmother? It was either Gladys Knight or Patti LaBelle. I don't know which one.
Aaliyah?
Yeah. I think it was Gladys Knight.
It might have been because
Gladys Knight was good too.
I know
really
Brandy's aunt is Dionne Warwick or godmom Dionne Warwick. It might have been Patty, but that it's I gotta look it up. It's fucking me up. I know we're gonna cut this shit off because we've been going for fucking 3 hours and 2 minutes. That is actually recording.
Damn. Yeah, we went.
You got
Yo, how long is it?
Yo,
I
3 hours.
I was
Yo,
expecting this to be well over by the time I got here.
Well, to be fair, we actually lost some content.
We also gotta look at it this way, man. You talking about dudes that genuinely love music.
Yeah,
all
man.
night. All
And,
night.
and
not to mislead people, this is the Big Sin podcast. If you abbreviate it, BS, we're gonna bullshit more than we're gonna talk about what we're trying to talk about, and no topics untouched.
And we had some good shit.
And I even go as far as this, right? See, when I was a kid, I listened to everything. So I'll even throw this out there. I remember watching, what the hell's that group's name? The Gin Blossoms. Me and my homeboy loved the Gin Blossoms. We used to dance to that shit. Fucking Nirvana, you went, smell like Teen Spirit? You can't tell me that shit didn't slap back in the day.
Yeah.
Shit, we used to listen to Phil Collins, Feel It in the Air, Genesis. Shit,
You
man.
mentioned Phil in the Air by Phil Collins. Do you know Nas's influence for One Mic
Phil Collins?
was Phil Collins'
I
song?
believe it.
He said it. He said when he heard Phil Collins' song, he said, I want a song that hits like that, but in a hip-hop form.
There you go.
And if you actually listen to, what's the Feel in the Night or Feel the Night? Or
Feel in the Air.
Night, Feel in the Air, and you listen to One Mic, you can hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Well, we're leaving this raw. I can guarantee you that. This is gonna be.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is gonna be
Where we
something
at?
that.
We had 3 hours.
Yo.
I'm supposed to be home eating macaroni and cheese right now.
Yeah, for real. I done lost my buzz.
We was on time to wrap it up. So like on the end note, let's just ask Shawn this. You got anything you trying to work on right now? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I got a whole. All right, so you heard the new single, Kingpin with the Ink Pen.
Dope as shit.
I appreciate it.
Dope as shit, bro. I fucks with it.
It's on some outlets right now. Hopefully by tomorrow is Monday, Tuesday, it'll be on all social download streaming sites. 4th of July, I'm dropping 2 songs at once for all the ladies out there, so look out for that. I got some videos I'm working on.
Fucks with that too.
I was going to do an EP, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let the audience and the people let me know when it's time to do that because I don't want to
blow
waste
this nigga's DMs up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to put out. I keep asking when he gonna put out an album.
He's one of the ladies that be asking me for an EP.
And also,
Ooh, Shawn.
also please check out them freestyles.
Ooh.
My
I gotta check out the
freestyles.
freestyles. I gotta check it out. Yo, you gotta hit me up when you do them out.
If you want to keep up with me, I got a little Twitter, little Facebook presence, but I'm on Instagram heavy, so make sure y'all check me out at I'm sorry, I can't spell. Mr_Shawn Rock. That's SHWN. Right, I spelled that right. SHAWNROCK. I can't spell my
This
own
nigga
name.
asked me to spell his name.
Look, it's
Yo.
look.
Let it Henny.
My man had a Homer Simpson moment.
Yo.
SMRT.
Blow,
Shit right there.
blow this man's DMs up about an album, and when it comes out, we'll figure some shit out.
We do a whole listening party.
Yeah, we'll figure some shit out where we can get you a signed album, CD, blah blah blah.
You know what's funny is I really got enough material for an album, but I'm just releasing them as singles because what happens is, make a long story short, because I know we're wrapping this up. I put out a EP or album, right? Instead of pumping it as a single, if the fan base is not ready for a whole package, they're only going to pick and choose certain songs. So I might as well give you those songs one-on-one instead of putting a whole project out there. And with this new generation, they so quick to turn over. I put a new project out, let's just say, what's this month? January? Let's just say I drop an album February. March, April, y'all want a whole new album with a whole new 13 songs. So why not just give you singles
Fans be greedy
month
as
by
hell, bro.
month? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look out for me, man. Instagram, Mr_Shawn Rock, freestyles, selfies, all that shit. I'm up there.
Kingpin and Ink Pen. Cooler than most.
What's the name of that?
Kingpin of the ink pen. Kingpin of the ink pen. Blame the Henny. Cooler than most.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
Oh my
the
God.
award-winning
we didn't even talk
song.
about the anthem.
Atlantic. Yo, next time we'll have you back. You gonna be back, right?
Yeah, because if we keep going, it's gonna be 6 hours.
Yeah. He'll be back. Yo. He'll be back.
I'll be asleep on the couch.
He'll be back
I'll
for
late for work tomorrow.
Catch us next week on our movie-themed podcast. We're going to talk about favorite movies we watch. We're going to have a new guest.
I just saw Bad Boys Forever today.
I saw Bad Boys 3,
I
bro.
saw it today.
That shit was dope. We saw it yesterday.
I saw it
Yeah, I
today.
see
You
this.
seen it yet?
No.
We're going to talk about it next week.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it next
I'm gonna
week.
see
We'll
it
talk.
next
We'll
week.
talk about it at work.
Yeah, tomorrow.
We're going to talk about it next
I'm sorry,
week.
you're not at work tomorrow.
Tuesday.
This guy.
I got to post this up. I got to figure out how to post this up.
So yeah, check out me. Check what's the name of the podcast? I forget. It's
BigSin.
BigSin podcast. First episode. Shawn Rock. Check me out. Kingpin and Inkpin. Atlantic City. The anthem. Big Tone. Fucking Cinder.
Shawn Rock.
Let's go.
See ya.
Salute.